Booyah. Hey there, Malcolm.
Hey.
Hey there, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, Rafe. Hey, Casey. I am super excited about this too. Because this, for me, is another company's kind of like coming out party. Here's a
Yeah.
company that went kind of became their own thing. Started out like as a partner label under a banner, and like Fun City Editions, like TerraVision, like those other ones, kind of went out to kind of to make their own place. And this is this is like the Sweet 16. This is like coming out, doing their own thing party. We're going to get 5 movie announcements. The first one's going to be up for pre-order right away. And in doing so, that is going to out and out tell us the one thing that we've been kind of
Waiting
curious about: who's
Yeah.
distributing these films? Where are these
Yeah.
movies coming from?
And is it going to be any good quality films, Because that's always the thing, isn't it? You never know with companies. So, I've got a lot of Culture Shock Blu-rays, and I think most of the stuff they put out have been winners, if we're going to get through OCN.
Well, that's the thing. I think that's a big part of it. Like that they're going in with a lot of good faith because, like, they became one of the companies that people look towards for releases. Yeah. Like Fun City Editions was there, and then Fun City Editions went and Culture Shock was the one. We got Jason here, 30 minutes away, aren't we?
Ooh.
We are stoked.
I just want to say, just because some of the Culture Shock films, because I've got all of them, right? Some of the ones that weren't wins for me doesn't mean they're not wins for other people. They just mean that I didn't completely go with them.
And as Jay's saying right there, these are some of our best releases, and
I bet they will be. Ooh, yeah.
And we saw the teaser on Twitter, which God, can I find a way to show that? I don't think I can actually. But there's a kind of they said basically we gotta we'll show them with my phone because I can show things on my phone. Twitter, by the way, not X. So they can go shag themselves with the old X thing. Screw you, Mr. Elon Musk, you piece of crap. Right here. So.
Oh, so basically it's the video one.
For a hair-raising announcement tomorrow. So,
I know exactly what that is.
Don't say, but yeah.
I'm going to say what it is right now.
I
think it's going to be. Oh, are you ready? It's going to be. I'm trying to think of
3 releases and a double feature. Hey there, Robert. Welcome, man.
Hey, Robert. I think it's going to be Wolf Blood.
You know it's not going to be Wolf Blood. That's like saying, I think it's going to be Howling 6 or something like that. Like, remember Howling? Oh my God, do you remember the Howling film?
Yes, awful.
No, 7. 6 was good. 6 was Freaks, right? So 7's the one at the bar with like Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
And where nothing happens throughout the entire film, and I'm still waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and to this day I'm still waiting. But I owned it. I was so excited because it was such a hard movie to get. But I'm a werewolf fan, and that is obviously a werewolf fan that we're seeing there. So we know, like as Jay said yesterday, we got a more modern film. We got an 80s film. We got a 90s film. We got a double feature coming here. So we're obviously going to get some horror goodness. We saw a werewolf, so we're going to get some horror goodness there, which I'm actually stoked about. And I've been across all my social medias, like letting people know that I'm going here, being here, doing this video. I went to my TikTok, went to my Instagram, went to my Twitter. Still calling it.
I went in my local charity shops and told them.
There you go, say, and let them. Hey, I'm making a video, man.
I said, "Here's the link to the video. Check it out. Can you pass it on to everybody else?" You know what they said? They said,
I was late sending you the link for this today. I was like,
I
wonder if Malcolm's going to already be in by the time we get into the stream. And I get a message on Facebook. It's like, do you have the link yet? The invite? And I'm like, oh, shoot, I forgot that, man. So I sent it. And then I went to get
too excited. That's what it was. You were jumping up and down and singing and dancing about.
It was literally, you actually heard me like badly.
I did.
Sadly. There's a big shock.
Oh.
Hey, welcome, Amber. Amber follows.
If this shocks me, my head explodes.
Try not to do the scanners thing, dude. I need you to run further videos, man. Don't do a Ludo Grande. You're not Ludo Grande this.
I'm really excited. I really am. I'm excited because, you know, for me, I like to see any releases being released from, you know, any label. But I like these moments where we get to enjoy them together, you know, and we can see them and talk about them and feel them, you know. To me, that's important because it adds to the hype of them.
It is. Like, it really, really is. I totally agree. And here's the thing, too. Like, this year has been a year of transition for, like, the labels. We've seen
massive transition.
Like, we've seen labels, like, kind of come apart, new labels being formed, new companies being formed, kind of labels kind of finding their own identity, like forging on their own. Ones inexplicably, like Umbrella, going to what seemed like a step back, but I'm not sure. I'm still curious about that. But I was right, by the way. I was so right.
It's a bit obvious, wasn't it? Really, when you think about it.
It's nice. We'll look at it later. But
I can't believe I didn't think of it.
It was literally in the banner of their. But yeah, no,
I don't think I'd buy it though. To be fair, for 160 Australian dollars,
I kind of want it. I love A24 stuff. I do. I'm a sucker for that stuff. I like feeling smart when I'm watching my movies. No, I am ready for some goodness today. I'm excited. I am stoked, Malcolm. I am stoked.
Ooh.
And this is just cola. There's nothing else in this.
There's more in it. I can tell.
There should be more.
Ooh.
I've got my hat on.
Yep. I've got my shirt on.
There you go. I was going to, as soon as I saw you wear that shirt, I was like, I should have put on my friggin' Hawaiian shirt. You're lucky.
It's like we need to celebrate.
I actually finished Ultimate X-Men on Miss Slime 1, which is utterly fantastic.
Nice.
Hence the.
Oh, beautiful.
I think this is either Jim Lee or Will Sportatio. I can't quite. I think.
Well, this shirt is basically Marilyn Monroe meets Creature from the Black Lagoon. I don't know if you can see it properly. See?
I love Marilyn Monroe, but
I wish it was really on me, but it's just a picture.
Really, because Marilyn Monroe's been kind of passed away for a long time. That'll be pretty horrific because you'd probably be.
I'd still go for it. If she came out from a crypt, like the Crypt Keeper, I'd still go for it. I tell you.
Yeah, happy her.
Hello, Alan. Oh. Hello? Oh, I guess everybody can see me. Oh, okay. I thought I was the frozen one. These my dreams they still exist until September 2001. I imagined and dreamed, but Twin Towers were these years, 1974, 1998, almost 25 years ago. Yeah, that was crazy. I thought it was me, but I guess not. I wonder when he'll return. Well, while we're waiting for him, any questions or any topics anyone wants to talk about while we wait for Aaron? Well, he's completely gone. Oh, well, it's just me now. I've booted him because I don't want him seeing the Culture Shock releases before me.
What the hell has happened there?
Oh, you came back. I said I booted you off, and I didn't want you to see the Culture Shock releases before me, and here you are again. I've got to do it again.
That is like massive. I was like freaking out, man. Hey, they're done. Welcome.
You're like, it's actually, thank God you've got a link, because imagine if you'd been kicked out, you can't get back in.
Oh, the thing is, like, it's my stream here. I can always get back.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying in the past, it would have been trouble, like on Google Hangouts and that.
Oh, God. Yeah, Google Hangouts been horrible. Remember that? Remember how bad Google Hangouts was?
Yeah, I used to be on it all the time.
Me too. And that was like, it was a mess.
Yeah.
So this is why, guys, that at the end of the day, we don't mind paying. I don't mind paying for this because it helps out a bit.
Sterling B said, we miss you.
Thank you, Sterling.
Remember Rose lookalike from Quantum Leap is still living. Wow.
Remember, like, Faded Black, and he had that Australian actress that looked so much like Marilyn Monroe?
Anna de Armas looked nothing like her in the film.
But Anna, it didn't matter. She was amazing. But she's amazing in everything. Like, I absolutely adore that actress. I think probably Knock Knock might have been the first thing that I saw her in. And I love that. I watched the movie so many freaking times. People hate on Knock Knock.
I can see why you watched it over and over again, to be fair.
Those people that never saw the original film, for sure. And if they did, then they didn't give the new one a chance. Because those girls are really, really good in that film.
Yeah. I personally like Knock Knock. I like the first half an hour. And now just restart and watch the first half an hour again.
It's fun. I did freeze up for a bit there, man. It was not my internet this time, though. It actually was StreamYard. There is a different, there's a connection. I can see my internet connection. And I can see the StreamYard connection. Those always don't end up the same.
Hi, Alex.
Hey, Alex, welcome, man. What are we hoping for the announcements?
I'm hoping for True Lies. I'm hoping for a proper Terminator 2 restoration. What else? What else am I waiting for? I'm waiting for the original Hobbit cartoon to be released.
Rough, actually.
Hopefully all the ninja films all in 4K. I don't know, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I'd like things like Dead Man on Campus and all that stuff.
I remember that movie, actually. There's a ton of stuff. Basically, what I want is it's not so much the movie in specific, it's the type of movie that I want, and it's the style of film that I want.
Yeah.
I want something that I'm going to have fun with. That's what I want. I want movies that I'm going to have fun with. And True Lies 4K, totally coming.
I've clocked one. That's going to be one of the releases. See, I've done it.
Yeah. And it's only with the Jamie Lee Curtis scene. Just that one scene.
I'm gonna be honest here. That that hint, that was obviously from True Lies.
The wear of hand. I remember that scene from True Lies. That's when isn't that when when what's his face turns into the werewolf?
Yes. Yeah. I would have loved a Blu-ray of Clown House, if he didn't have the bad rep, from the director. Because I think that movie's great, other than
I'll be honest, have you seen it for real? For real?
Yeah, I mean, enjoyed the original Clown.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a horrible film.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that take away the horribleness behind that it's a crime scene, literally. And the fact that there's a big actor that got his name in it. If you go back and watch watch it as a film, it still doesn't work. It still doesn't work.
Well, I like the clown parts. That's the bits I like.
But the clown parts could be done. I've seen so many better clown parts.
But it's an old film. Give it a break. Give it a break. They can't all be like slashers and be amazing. Or that movie. I enjoyed that movie. Right? I don't like the over. Once you find out what was happening, I don't like that bit.
Well, that seems pretty.
But I like the clowns.
I refuse to watch New Quantum. You're missing out, Amber. The New Quantum Leap is actually absolutely fantastic.
I'm with you, Amber. I refuse to watch the new Magnum PI.
Those are two different shows. Have you watched New Quantum Leap?
but I haven't watched the new Quantum Leap. I didn't even know it even existed. That's how important it is.
How good is the new Quantum Leap? Yeah, it is really freaking. We were shocked because we were like, I'm not gonna like this. We turned it on, and like if it was like I think it was like 6 episodes into the series, and we had all 6 episodes. Like, but we're like, okay, we're like, well, maybe we'll watch a little bit. We'll turn it off, type of thing. We started watching it, ran through the 6 episodes in a row without stopping. It's such a good show. Amber, you're missing it.
I'm sorry, but I've got to say it. 14 minutes.
We're almost there. Count it down, man. Count it down.
We're done. Every minute, I'll say the minute number.
But Amber, give it a shot. You're missing out on actually one of the better remake shows. Now, I will say I only watched the first episode of Magnum PI. I was very pumped by the numbers, and I was not a fan.
Yeah. But what about MacGyver?
I actually like that. I mean, I didn't like I like the actor that they chose to play the nemesis, but he didn't have the same panache that the original.
I bought it recently in the South. Oh, Alex says he wants Black Cauldron in 4K.
Which one? Black Cauldron.
Black Cauldron.
Yeah. Well, Disney, man. Disney. You can forget that one. I love 8 Million Ways to Die. It gets a whole ton of hate because it's one of the movies, like it was by, what's his name again? The director, but he was, but it's like very much a film that has a lot of like scenes where they just basically, it's improvised. A lot of improvisation in 8 Million Ways to Die. And it can sometimes...
You're talking about Seth MacFarlane, right? He made the film, didn't he?
Which one? 8 Million Ways to Die. It's Hell... What's his name again? Hal Needham.
Oh, I'm messing up. Yeah, I'm messing up there, yeah.
Fantastic little film.
Yeah, it's a good film. I'm getting confused for some reason. Sorry. That's embarrassing.
That is not embarrassing, man. Do you know how many times am I like... And I am
12 minutes.
12 minutes. And I'm going to assume I'm going to actually send off a message. I want to make sure of something.
I think the 2-film box set, well, double feature, I should say, is going to be a double feature of The Bang 1 and 2.
Well, we know like it's like it looks like it could be a continuation of something of a series that we've seen from Culture Shock. Not like as a film series, but as in like
Star series.
Yeah. But
oh God, are you going to watch the reboot of Matlock starring Kathy Bates as Matlock?
One, I love Kathy Bates, and 2, I love the series Matlock. So if it has that feel to it, of course I'm gonna watch it. I'm not a person that like, oh no, there's another person taking over a role. I can't watch this. If it's a good show,
I'll gotta be honest. I watched the new Equalizer with Queen Latifah. So far superior to the original in every way. The way she moves, the way the wiggling goes on, incredible. I love it.
Did you like the Equalizer for real, or are you just joking again? But I did like Equalizer. Unlike you, it was probably joking. I actually didn't mind it. Like I did
mind it, but I thought it was a bit. I'm one of those people that I feel like something's a bit silly when you try and change them up a bit too much. But I like both of them. I like obviously the original one far more because, well, it's the original one and I kind of grew up with it and stuff. But I don't mind it. I really like the Taken TV series.
I mean, like, well, which one did it take?
The Taken one, based off of Liam Neeson films.
It was fun. I mean, it was a fun one. If people wonder why we're talking TV and stuff like that, it's because we're waiting for the big announcement to come up, and we're getting ready to talk about it. Blue City. I actually love Blue City, man, right? Judd Nelson. I didn't think it was a bad film. I actually liked it. I think a lot of those films kind of just fall into the first Judd Nelson movie, Making the Grade. Love Making the Grade.
I love seeing a new release of the British film, Funny Man. That needs to come out through separate.
That does need a good release.
That
Though
needs to
the
come out
song
from
at the end is
itself.
a freaking earworm, Alex. So you get to the end of Funny Man. There's this Funny Man song, you know, the one Malcolm plays at the end, and it's like every time I watch that movie, because I had the VHS of it, like I get to the end and I try to turn it off before the song, because if I didn't, the song gets stuck in my head.
Let's be honest. If you don't turn it off, you start going like this and going while singing.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Hey, Maddie. Well, we're getting there. You didn't miss anything yet. Kathy Bates quoted in New Matlock. Yes, my name is Matlock, just like the old TV series. Oh, okay. So she's not going to be like that. Oh, so it's going to be meta. I kind of like that. I kind of dig that.
Kathy Bates was my fantasy woman as a kid.
What?
After watching Misery. True story. I was like, if I can get a woman that passionate about me, I'm a lucky man.
She was.
Let's see. Hey, mate.
She's so scary in that movie, man.
Killer classic Blu-rays look very attractive. Oh, well, a film from the 80s. Here's got some more hits.
Woof. This is the one, because the picture was shown. This is the one I think a lot of people figured out. That was the.
I think this film is going to be called Werewolf.
You may be aware of.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
There's a movie called Werewolf. There's a movie called Werewolf, by the way, but it's a 90s film, and yeah, that lenticular cover.
Oh, thank you, Dove. So just
Here's the thing, you think we went to bed after the stream? No. See, we stayed up and talked for about over an hour after.
We did.
To the point where we looked at the time. I'm like, what time is that?
It's like almost 3 a.m. in the morning, wasn't it?
It's almost 3 in the morning. So I'm like, Malcolm, it's almost 3, and Malcolm's tired. I'm tired, but we're having a good conversation. Yeah. Neither one of us wants to say we're tired because we're having a good conversation. Yeah. But we're like, oh no, it's so Malcolm had to go to sleep. I had to go. Some more hints coming out.
I tell you right now, I tell you right now, I slept for 3 hours.
I fed cats afterwards.
I fell asleep for 3 hours and I went out and walked. And you had to feed all the cats.
Yeah.
I heard, if it's got Michelle Bell in, that's great because I want to watch more of her films.
Oh, then you're gonna be glad with this then.
There is a lot still. I like BFI Blu-rays. I do. I really like them. There's something about them. Let's see. BFI Blu-rays are a lot still, but they're a bit similar to our. I agree. I'm going to be honest with you. I think when it comes to great slipcover releases, right, I think they have to be very different from each other, or obviously they're near connected within the same series. So I'll give you an example. If Culture Shock release another double feature, like the late night one, you kind of want them to go together like that. You know what I mean? Because they're like a series. But when it's different films, you want a different kind of, artwork. And I think Vinegar Syndrome, for instance, they're using the same kind of artwork quite a lot recently. And I think that kind of makes them not stand out so much. So I do like BFI, but we're going to remember there's a lot of BFI Blu-rays. They have covers that basically are more like the posters and that of the stuff. So it's kind of average in a way. But yeah, I kind of agree with you there, Raf.
We have another name coming out from one of the films.
Oh, Wonder Shear, eh?
For those that remember Up All Night.
It's
grew up on that type of stuff. We're getting close. We're 5 minutes away.
We're 5 minutes away. 5 minutes away.
I'm inspired to get my Hawaiian shirt to celebrate this from your shirt.
You should before it's too late.
Ken, should I get my Hawaiian shirt out? There we go. Hold on. Aaron's taking his shirt off.
All right, let's go. Go for this. I remember one this year from the USA Up All Night movies. Yep. Linnea Quigley was in them as well. I'll be honest with you. They kept me up all night. My favourite core media labels in the UK that I would rank as more powerful Blu-ray companies are Home Video, Criterion UK, and BFI. 3 of my favourite lists. If I give top 5, the last 2, Signal One and Second Sight. You know, that's a good list, Math. So you don't think much of AA Films then? Or Fabulous? Or I don't know. What's some of the others? For me, I think Criterion and BFI are above Arrow, personally, when it comes to actual movie releases. You know, because Arrow Video is very hit and miss depending on what you're into. Signal One is still fairly fresh for me, because I've only got a few of their titles, but they're releasing some real bangers lately, and they announced some real good ones. Second Sight, I think's really good, and I'm really enjoying their releases, but I feel like the releases are way too expensive. I watched Vice Cameras 3i Up All Night, also with Gilbert Godfrey. Oh, you know what? I've got the Vice Academy 1, 2, 3, Matty, and you know, I still haven't watched them yet. So the Late Night Classics is a wink and nod to Rhonda Shear. Oh, there he is. What's it look like?
Are you serious? Have you not seen this one before?
Oh, very nice.
We're what? Like, we're 3 minutes away, man.
3 minutes away from our lives being changed forever.
Late Night Classics. And I love that fact, actually. You've got the first Late Night Classics. I still need that. That is my, like, literally the whole Late Night Classics idea for a label. It's like going in Aaron's brain and saying, this is the type of stuff that I want.
Well, I know is since I'm on the inside with you, Jay Burton, do I get a discount on my shipping now?
Wrong sounding Braziers. That actually would be. Well, I buy that. You buy that, man. Shears Braziers kind of sells itself.
It works, doesn't it?
Yeah. Second run
are so unappreciated. Yeah, I agree with you actually with that.
I realize I have this thing up and I got to get it up now for when it
second
starts.
One. Oh, here we go. We got 2 minutes. I know what's going to happen here. 2 minutes. Alex will see it all, and he'll go, I'm buying 10 copies. He'll go 5 for me, 5 for me.
I can honestly say, someone get these daiquiri. There you go. What's that, like the TikToker that does like makes fun of, like, basically he's an Australian guy and he's like, you know, take a note.
1 minute.
We're less than 60 seconds away. TikTok, guys.
Okay, nice. Let's go. Oh.
I have to check something here.
Running Scared's great. I love Running Scared. Oh, 10 seconds.
9,
8, 7, 6.
I gotta make sure I got the right link up there. That's the thing, right?
4, 3, 2.
Jimmy Buffett tribute band. Hell yeah, man. And I'm down with that.
That works. I like that.
Where is your shirt? Are you wearing a shirt too, Darth Sidious?
Oh. Come on.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting to see it. When it comes up, I'll put it right there.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something here. I'm just waiting for that link thing to come up and see the announcements to be included. And the second that it does, we will be going. right to that spot and checking it out. So I'm sure Jay is all ready and ready to do that. I'm going to be checking a certain spot as well. And it is it up yet? No, we're just waiting for it to get up there. Live chat on right now. It better not. Waiting too. We're all waiting. We are anxiously waiting here.
1 minute late now. We want to know. Everyone's got to see my face close up because I want to know.
It's coming. It is. It's a few minutes late to the party for anticipation. There you go. We're wearing our party shirts, so we could both be like the John Belushi character from Animal House.
Yes. Exactly.
Hey there, Charlie. Welcome, man.
Hey, Charlie.
It's the suspense is right. I wonder. Not yet. I'm checking. Because I have to say, or waiting, let's go over what we know about this. We know that we got Michelle Bauer.
Oh.
Yep. We know there's Ron Shear there somewhere.
Oh.
We know we're getting a modern day film,
yep.
A 90s film, an 80s film, and a double feature.
Oh.
So, and we're getting one of those is a werewolf film, which looks to be the 80s one.
Which is the True Lies film.
True Lies with Amy Curtis turn to werewolf.
Get werewolf skin absolutely free with it. I used to love that trailer for that.
Again, it's up. By the way, the first one, the first one is up. So I'm actually going to, because the pre-order is up, and the pre-order is gonna give a bunch away. So let's look at the pre-order for the new film.
Quick.
So it's going to take me a second to bring it up on the screen.
Oh, I like that. I like that slipcover.
Yep. And what does that tell you, though? This is Culture Shock, but where are they?
Television.
Culture Shock is with Terrorvision. The distributor is finally announced and limited to 2,000 units. Ships in late September. I actually watched the trailer for this one last night, and this looks like a lot of fun. You got to have the right story for me to go in, but it's very grindhousey. Like basically this one here, it starts out with this couple, and the girl is pregnant, and she's going up to this party at this cabin, and when they get up there, they get knocked out, and they wake up, and there's this cult that kills them. And that goes to so many years later. There's this woman running away from the cult that's trying to kill her, and she goes to this cabin in the woods where this guy is basically, and he's a loner.
Yeah,
and pretty much he's who she has to depend on, and it's kind of neat. So we got the official MPI trailer, the official Grindness trailer. Some people are going to know this because Dark Skies Films put out the theatrical release of this, but never put out a actual Blu-ray. So some people know it from there.
Yeah.
If you go into the trailer, that'll show up as Dark Sky because they put out the theatrical trailer for it, theatrical film for it, but they never did the film itself. It's 2022. We got behind-the-scenes featurette, deleted scenes, alternate ending, audio commentary here with the actor, director, and actor producer, right? Bastard, 42nd Street comedy audio commentary as well with Kelly Kell, which should be, I like comedy commentaries, which should be a ton of fun. And there's going to be more announcements here today, by the way, when it comes to this stuff. But this one is up for pre-order right now. Is this your thing, Malcolm? Is this something you're going to get?
Day one. I'll get that day one.
I love the slip, by the way. I really love the slip.
The slip looks amazing, and from what I've just read of it, it looks amazing. It looks like a really good release.
I'm going to see if I can find it where the other announcements are. So I'm going to put us up on screen for a second. Because, yeah. I want to see if it's been put up.
I just had an email from TerraVision. So
Did you really?
I was just trying to look and see what it said.
I'm going to see if it's on Facebook, bring it up that way. I can see if the TerraVision Culture Shock hasn't put up here yet. Because I know it's on probably on TerraVision's like email by now.
Hey. Dove Sears says, what else? The anticipation is killing me. This is like prom night.
So what does everybody think about TerraVision and
TerraVision and Culture Shock combining forces?
It's exciting.
Like we're getting like two companies that were extremely popular parts of like, kind of like we're partner labels to become and make their own kind of like force. And I suspected as much. And I'd heard things. So I'll say this right now. I've been extremely excited to know this. If these releases will be included in TerraVision sub or purchased separately. As far as I know, Matthew, I think at this point it's going to be a separate thing. I don't know if there'd be a revitalized like subscription because this came out after. Like they're
technically it's like a partner label, isn't it? Technically,
yeah, it'll be like
so I think it'd be separate.
Which would be an amazing thing if this was something that continues along that line and we have like 3 or 4 labels or something underneath there. Kind of like
so basically it could end up a bit like the adult site for Vinegar Syndrome in a way, have like 4 there and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean I'm still waiting for the. Did you get? So send me that. I didn't get my TerraVision email yet. Can you? Do you have my email?
No, but
it's not loading.
But it's not loading for me, so it just has a ring going around. So I don't know why. Let me see
Maybe
if I can.
That's the thing, right?
Let me see if
I
can.
Want to see if you got anything here on like.
There we go. No, there's only one thing they've announced. There's only one thing in the email, and that's Night of the Bastard. So
we know there is more, and we'll see if it's. I'm gonna just check to see if we're gonna get an announcement on the other ones that aren't pre-orders yet, which we should be getting today. But
it does say what they are.
It does. Perfect. Okay, so we can actually talk. Send me like you. I'm going to send him an email through here because that way we can go through. Because I thought they would. I'm going to go for chat. Do you know me? Do you know? Let's see. I've gone on my other emails and where I got this open. Patience, guys. Patience is a virtue.
Oh, I'm sending it right now. It says it's sent. So it should be with you hopefully any second. Sometimes it takes a while though.
It's okay. It's like Jay said, patience, right?
Yep. Patience is the key. They've already posted it and ready.
We show well. They show it for and ready. We've seen Night the Bastard 2022 Night the Bastard movie is there. So we know that one. I'm gonna check to make sure it didn't go to my junk mail. I've had so many problems recently with my.
What with your email?
God, yes.
I think everybody has. I've been having trouble with mine and all. Come on.
Because I'm actually, I say they're probably getting ready to get them up on the site too. So I'm going to keep checking back on the website as well. Obviously, once this here, it takes time to get it to get things up there. Updated just now. My password was
There's a bill. No, I haven't actually looked at the list. I just noticed what it said as well as these.
Yeah. So we're.
For some reason, my email is going really slow as well.
Yeah, mine is like just killing me. It is killing me.
Has it come through yet?
I am gonna go check.
It's not on Twitter yet.
It's not on Twitter yet.
No, not on there.
Let me see. Let me see if I send it through my phone. Let me try that.
Because I. So once I got your email, I'm gonna put you in the VIP section so that I get it right away. Updated just now. Inbox says updated just now. I updated my butt. I want to make sure I gave you the right email too. I want to check that out. So you guys excited to find out what the other films are? Some of you guys are going to know from emails and stuff like that, but I want to be able to dive into these because I actually am super stoked when it came to this. Yeah, I give the right email. Go ahead. I want to make sure I did.
My phone.
I'm keeping checking on the releases to see if anything comes up on Twitter, if anything comes up on the on the page.
Yeah, you didn't know that, Matty.
Oh, there we go.
Surprised by that. But then it's saying that I don't know. I thought that was next company.
Here it goes, guys. We're going to go through these, and I don't know if we're going to get slips or anything for the rest of these. We'll find out like actually very soon. But are you ready? Are you ready for what we call the dramatic
rating?
Dramatic ratings. And I'm going to bring the movies up here. I'm going to go to IMDb. I guess the best way to do it. Until we have the actual like things up here. So here's the one that I didn't know as much about, but that I think in a way a lot of people are going to be glad that this one is getting it's a 1991 film. And if you've watched any of the clips online, it's so funny. But Culture Shock is proud to announce the over-the-top Rocky Mountain shot, like heavy metal. This is not the funny one. Heavy metal horror film, werewolf film, Lone Wolf from 1988. Have you seen?
And Cub.
By the way, have you seen Lone Wolf?
Does it say Lone Wolf and Cub?
No, God no.
No,
that's already been released. So I want that.
I think to be fair, I think I've seen Lone Wolf.
I think one of the other titles was like Teenage Werewolf or something like that at the time.
Have we got a picture?
Yeah, I'm going to bring one up right now.
Let's have a look. 991, you say?
On this film right here. And have you seen it?
Yeah, I think so. I think I've seen it on TV years ago.
Like it's very much. It's so 80s. It is such an 80s film. But like, there's people like Kevin Hart is in this movie. It will, like you will get your like. Trust me, when you watch the trailers, guys, you're gonna so feel the 80s in this one. Computerized trail to monstrous moonlit murder. A struggling rock band and their other college students cope with the trials and tribulations of their young lives and find themselves in the role of determining what exactly is behind the recent full moon killings, which has been attributed to wild dogs.
Sounds good.
It's a fun little film. It's been a while since I've seen this one, but I'm not gonna lie, I have seen this one. So here's some pictures from it right here. You
I like that.
A bit of the werewolf. You can see the fabulous 80s hair, which I absolutely adore. I had hair like that, by the way. Where's the Dean Koosman right there? Loved, utterly fantastic artwork for this one poster.
It's a beautiful poster for sure.
It is great, and the werewolf doesn't look too bad in it either. Actually, if you've seen the,
it's Emoji Movie a part of it. I didn't know that. Is that the artwork?
Oh, which one?
There was an Emoji Movie poster.
Thankfully, no. Thankfully, no. And going from there, a while back, you mentioned and talked about the fact that you'd seen you got a movie that was like Attack of the Refrigerator, right? Like
Yep.
it was a kind of a short
Yep.
film.
Yeah,
And
very
you're like,
short, 15 minutes.
it was a 50-minute film, but there was
Hello,
a film
Chris.
that came out. Hey, Chris, man, that we do know that came out in 1991, which is kind of hilarious, actually. And I do recommend that you check out the trailer for this one. I can't do it on here, obviously. And it is 1991's The Refrigerator. Couple move into a bad apartment in a bad neighborhood in New York. Their apartment contains a refrigerator, which is the only thing they like in the place. Or they slowly discover that the refrigerator is a monster which kills people in gruesome ways and then sends them to hell. The refrigerator is gaining mind control over the husband. What will happen? And it's like, I watched a couple of scenes of this, and I'm like, I'm down for this one.
Day one.
David Simmons is in the film. We got Julia McNeil here. I was looking at the main cast to see. I knew it. Yeah, I'm a big Law and Order fan, so I'll remember. If you had 2 seconds, Law and Order, I will remember you. That's true. Like I'm a. So, have you seen anything about this? Have you seen this at all?
I've seen Sherford, but I've not seen it. Sadly,
the trailer looks fun as heck, man.
I've heard of it and heard good things, and heard it's a really fun time.
And here's the thing: these are movies that sometimes you get movies you're like, okay, what's that? But these are fun. These are fun movies. And
well, so far, I've got to say the first two are pretty good. Pretty good releases. Well, yeah.
We're going to get to the one that I got very excited about because I remember these films. And if anybody had seen the first late night classics, then pretty sure it's the same director. Assault of the Party Nerds. Do you know these?
I don't know them. My dad had them on VHS.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Like they are, like we got a bunch of like Troy Donahue was in the first one, but like Michelle Bauer, Linnea Quigley, Tantala Ray. So it's not like we got actually decent. These are very much like they're very products of their time, and they're very much like it's a me type of thing because there's 2 Party Nerds ones. We're getting both of them. Which I absolutely don't. Look at this cover. Look at this. I like late 80s, early 90s. It does this cover look to you, man?
Yep. You gotta love it, ain't you?
You got to. I mean, because it is just such a cheese fest fun. And the sequel. Okay, dude. Did you see the sequel?
I don't know. My dad had them. I don't know how many there were altogether.
2, as far as I know.
And he definitely had both of them. I think I saw the first one, I believe.
The Heavy Petting Detectives. Then we got like Michelle Bauer in part 2 as well. Gloria Perez is in it. Lenny Quigley comes back. We have the great, here we go. And we got Rhonda Shear. We got Burt Ward, Robin himself, Artie Johnson from Laugh-In. But the thing I'm very excited about, and you're going to know this if you know me, and you know my fan of sexploitation. I'm a fan of sexploitation genre.
Oh, Burt Ward.
Tane McClure. And for those that don't know, Tane McClure was an actress that did, like, when there wasn't Shannon Tweed, like if they would say, we need a Shannon Tweed type of actress, Tane McClure would be the go-to. There'd be Tane McClure, Shannon Worry, and Lisa Boyle. And then there'd be Julie Strain for the dark hair type of roles, right? But Tane McClure was literally, she was like, oh, we need somebody and we can't get Shannon Tweed. And I fell in love with this actress. I was so in love with her, like Malcolm X. I really, really was. So I did not.
I honestly thought then you were going to say Burt Ward.
You really? No, Tane McClure. I'm a massive, like, you've seen me. How often have we talked on here about how much I love the erotic, like thriller films? So I had forgotten that she was in this.
So is this all 5 movies that we've said so far then? Because
it's all 5. I mean, because we got the double feature here, which is the new late night classics, Assault the Party Nerds 1 and 2, which is definitely a day one buy for me. We got Lone Wolf, a 1988 werewolf film. We get the kind of the cheesy like monster film Refrigerator, and we get a newer horror film with Nerd the Bastard. We're
So
around from
I
80s.
think that's a good slate.
It is a great slate. That's the thing. When it came on, when TerraVision
Yes,
finally did their
Chris.
25 movie announcement, right? Their 20
And
movie,
Batman.
we got a whole bunch of like really cool stuff. A Culture Shock comes in with 5 movies. We got a whole bunch of cool stuff, and it could have gone a few different ways. I'm like, okay, what exactly are we? What are we going to get? What's going to be? But just for the fun of it, I'm putting up a Tammy Claire picture. I'm gonna let's do this. she's a smaller part in the film, but I do want to look at that. Look right there.
Oh wow, she does look a bit like her.
She's stunning. Like, she's absolutely stunning. So what do you think of the releases? You're the guy that you're the day one buy guy when it comes to a lot of this stuff.
Yep. I think I'm going to buy all 5 of them.
Now, here's a question. If they eventually did a subscription, or they decided to do become a part, or did their own subscription type thing, would this be something you'd go for?
Yeah, I would. If I mean, it depends on the price, really, and the release schedule. But yeah, I think I would. I think I'd sub, to it, because I think I think from these they're going to have some really great ones that come out in the future. Because I think this is a great start for their main releases of being partnered with Vinegar Syndrome.
This is what I want when it comes to for me, remember when Vinegar Syndrome was and I hate to say,
when they were infants, when they started.
Yes, this is the type of stuff that I used to hope Vinegar Syndrome was going to be released.
I compare Vinegar Syndrome to Groot, right? When Groot was a little baby, he was really cute and sweet and amazing. When he got to a teenage, he got a bit moody and started finding stuff out the pram, right? And then when he got big, he just turned into a real joke, right? So, and that's why I consider Vinegar Syndrome.
It's amazing. And I just read the last part. So it should be noticed that Graveface and TerraVision, that's Graveface ones do, are separate entities despite being owned by me, Ryan. That being said, we used to give our old friends an exclusive colorway. We are now giving that exclusive colorway to our own distributor, Graveface Distribution. So you'll start to see exclusive variants of TerraVision titles at graveface.com. The first of which just landed. It did? Oh, let me check that one out. Because that means... Is this a hard thing for Malcolm? I want to see if we get it here. I want to find it. First one just landed, and I want to get it up. Which is it's going to be it's a record for Linnea Quigley's horror workout.
Is that it?
It's got a neat little kind of red and orange thing. I wish I had it up on screen.
But that's not no. They just released that. That was for an actual LP release.
Yeah, no, that's so basically they're going to be doing variants on that stuff there. So that was initially apparently what's showing up here, that was kind of the first variant. But we're going to see variants for probably for some of the some of the films and stuff as well. So just for those that haven't seen it, we'll put it up here. I got it on my phone here, and I'll bring it up to you guys. It is the which if you collect vinyl, it's pretty sexy stuff. Hey, Dustin, welcome, man. Yeah, this is what I've been. There's been a hole missing in what I wanted to collect recently, and this is kind of it. So I am hoping that I should be able to get some of this stuff, or I could, because the early stuff that I collected, some of the earlier Severance stuff, some of the early Vinegar Syndrome stuff, was kind of this stuff. This was kind of stuff, and because of early releases, it's kind of what I thought. Maybe I was a little bit too hopeful, or just thinking in my head zone. When I started collecting movies, my better half can tell you this. I wanted to make it like my video store, like the store that I could
Yeah.
see like a lot of the movies at once, the regular stuff, but a lot of the stuff that would be on the horror racks and the sexploitation racks
Yeah.
and stuff. I wanted owned stuff that I'd seen, or I'd seen the covers of and just and never really gotten around to. Titles like that. So that's kind of what this is. This is what this is for me. So this is why I'm not gonna lie. This is why this was a special moment for me. This is why I'm so excited, because it hit those things. It hit like the for me. What's your favorite of these though? Oh, like
the announcements?
Yeah.
I think my favorite, to be honest with you, is the late night one. I was trying to remember the thing, the Party Nerds. To me, that's the most thing, because I think you could easily watch them back to back with Revenge of the Nerds, and enjoy them. I think it's brilliant. I remember my dad having them, so that's what I'm most looking forward to.
That's kind of nice. I didn't know that, but actually, that's a really nice thing. Before you mentioned,
I've only seen the first one, but my dad did have the second one, but it was damaged. Like by the time I got to want to watch it.
Tam McClure, man. Tam McClure, just saying that.
Yeah, that's why I got damaged.
Oh, there you go. Also, Lone Wolf. Like for me, it's still like like the Salt the Party Nerds 1 and 2, hands down. Like loving that double feature. Late night classics again. Looks like a winner. And I know these films, so that's an extra bit of fun to it. Lone Wolf, I do know too. It's a fun cheesy werewolf movie, and it's definitely it's lower budget, but it plays with it well. I found anyway. And it is like an extra. It's a werewolf costume. It's a werewolf in the film. And you watch the trailer, you're going to see it's very like late 80s, early 90s kind of style to it. It came out in 88, so obviously you're just going to hear that. If you got your mullets all on, like
I love the mullet
prepped up, and you're like super like spaghetti perm 80s hair going on with the ladies there. So super stoked about that. The refrigerator I haven't seen, so this is one that intrigues me. I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure on this one until I watched like a couple scenes. I saw like the trailer and I saw the scene. Did you see the scene with the guy? Got his his beer. He said, so the beer and hot dogs are in the refrigerator. But it's like, yeah. He said they're not there. So what do you mean they're not there? We literally just put them in the refrigerator. And he looks, it's empty. The refrigerator's empty. And he puts his hand in. He said, put your hand in. He puts his hand in. He gets his hand in a little bit. And it's like, starts to get sucked in a bit.
Yeah.
And he moves his hand back. He's like, what the hell? And he's like, holy crap. So what was that? He said, put your hand in again. And he's like, I'm not going to put my hand in there again. But then he does it. And I'm like, that scene sold me.
Well, it sounds like a brilliant movie.
It sounds fun. That's the thing. These are fun.
Yeah.
And for me, I watched the trailer for Night the Bastard. And yeah. I'm down for all 5 of these. Had a hole in my movie collecting too with movies from the late 60s. Found a ton today. Yeah, you sent me some pictures, man. That is amazing. Did they see that scene from Dune? Well, there's such a similarity there, man. If Dune would have had a killer refrigerator, no, it may have done just a little bit better.
Whenever I think of killer refrigerator, I always think of Monsters.
The TV series?
Yeah, the episode in it.
Yeah. I don't have it here. My oldest daughter, she has the series. We were ordering stuff on Amazon, and she said, well, I'm going to order Monsters and Tales from the Dark Side now. I said, I'll get them down the road. And then Monsters going to print. Like, so she's got the complete series. Like, and I'm like, I got Tales from the Dark Side. It came up at Walmart once for like $20, but never did get Monsters. And I used to love that show. I used to have VHS copies of it.
Yeah.
Remember Fever Man?
That show made me cry when I was a kid.
Oh, did it really? Which episode?
Yeah, because there was an episode, Glim Glim. Do you remember that one?
Slightly, not
where basically the world has fallen to pot, basically, and these people run into this library, and there's this alien who befriends the little girl, right? And they become really good friends, right? But the people with her don't know, and when they find out, they shoot it and kill it, right? But it's on Christmas Day, and the alien is holding a Christmas card, when it's dead, right?
Yes,
That
I do remember this
scene,
episode. God, thank you for traumatizing me again, man.
yeah, that scene traumatized me. And to this day, when I watch the series, I have to skip that episode because I can't watch it without crying. I mean, heavily crying.
Yeah, I get it. It's like you ugly cry when you watch something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm traumatized again. Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you for the trauma.
Don't even you remember.
I do remember. I didn't. Maybe I blocked it out, but now I remember. Remember the Killer Couch movie? I kind of do actually.
Yeah, that's got a great cover, that movie.
Remember the Killer Bed one? You know.
Yeah.
These people.
What about Rubber, the Killer Tire?
That was fun. That was actually fun. I was actually surprised that it was. I didn't expect anything of that, so it kind of surprised me. But maybe I went in with low expectations. But no, this is an Aaron thing. Like, you got sexploitation, you got a werewolf movie. Obviously, I'm there for that. You got a movie with just like a cult and just a badass guy, and
that's what we want.
What's killing the cult, and you get the sexploitation, and we get a monster film. You can't ask for much more when you come like that, and they look like fun titles. Like some titles, you're like, okay, I'm not sure, or maybe this would be good, but I'm unsure because I don't know the people, or this looks like it may be a micro budgeted thing, or just maybe something that just not. But none of these kind of ring that. They kind of ring like the kind of that air, like the literally what Vinegar Cinema Archives, what I thought Vinegar Cinema Archives was going to be, which were movies from the VHS days that were fun, that you rented, and you're like, oh, do you remember that movie? Do you remember when you watched that movie? And that's not what it turned out to be.
Talk about that. They've got a VSA coming out, haven't they?
I bet you. What's it going to be? Like,
Simply My Fuck. That'd be China O'Brien.
I would love for it to be China O'Brien. 1 and 2.
Okay, Donuts. The Golf Killer Clowns. What about Attack of the Smelly Sock?
You can make Attack. When you think of all those like monster ones, like the ones that shouldn't work that do, and the ones that don't work that should. But yeah, this is bringing me back to my VHS glory days.
You know what I want to say about this is this, right? I've come up with something very profound and something very intellectual, so I've got to say it. So, all these movies are all very wide variety, but at the same time, they all connect. And that's what makes a fantastic release schedule. I honestly believe that each one of these is going to just blow people's minds. I think Lone Wolf is probably going to be one that stands out for a lot of people. I think Party Nerds, if you love that time, you're going to have an absolute fantastic time. Refrigerator, watch that back with Attack of Refrigerator, and then you've got a Refrigerator night, right? But be careful, don't open your refrigerator, otherwise you might get sucked in, right? And then you've got the other one. What was the other one called?
The Night of the Bastard. This one I'm pre-ordering.
Night of the Bastard one, right? And that one looks good. I'm looking forward to it. I think they all go really well together. I really do.
I think the cool thing is I can actually think of like double feature like time for each of these. Like I'd probably like Night of the Bastard. I'm gonna put with something kind of comedic. So maybe Satanic Panic.
You could put with Beware the Haven.
Actually, probably Satanic Panic because again, it's a cult, right? But in a different way. But it looked,
I'm gonna put Lone Wolf back to back with Lone Wolf McQuaid.
Oh, that's 2 Lone Wolves right there, right? Yeah. Actually, you could probably do that. You got an action movie, you got a werewolf movie. I'm a huge werewolf fan, so that's always going to be the thing. Any like werewolf film that gets announced.
I tell you, lately, anything with Linnea Quigley, and I'm like, I've got to buy.
And this is why. I
don't find her attractive. I don't think she's the greatest actress, but for some reason, I have to watch films with her in.
I do think that she was like super attractive, like
even when she was drugged up, because she was drugged up for a long time.
This era, Linnea Quigley, but and she had this uniqueness to her. Like she was quirky. She loved doing it, and you could tell she loved doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Like here's a girl that like she did like the Halloween Chainsaw, she made her own like chainsaw dance for the movie, which I think is like, kudos.
She said in the interview that she almost cut a coochie.
She did actually, but that was her dance. That was her thing. She was proud of it in the day, right? Removed the reunion movie, Return to Mayberry. Actually, I remember watching that when it came on TV.
I remember that. Yeah.
Who
remembers the After Dark movies?
Which one?
The After Dark movies. Remember those sets that were like After Dark?
Oh yeah, I got a big one of those. Like they used to have the massive sets. That's where
I liked quite a few of them. I wish they'd come out on Blu-ray.
Well, like, the last time they put them out, they took movies out of them and put them out in slim cases. Because I got one of the massive, like the big sets.
Yeah.
The one that had like Nightmare Man and had like the many Deaths of Ian Stone and stuff like that on it.
I do.
Those are so good. Actually, do I have it here? Hold on a second. You want to see an After Dark?
Oh, he's got it.
And not some cheap ass slimline After Dark set.
Oh, nice! Look at that. That's a beauty.
The original.
Oh, and it comes with all the slips.
Comes with all the slips. Many Deaths of Ian Stone, Crazy Eights, which is a lot of fun. Lake Dead.
You should find that.
Tooth and Nail, Mulberry Street. I love that film. Unearthed, Horrorland, and Nightmare Man. And I actually have some others too that came out like separately.
There's like 4 of those sets.
Yeah, there's like I think 3 or 4 of the sets altogether. But they were so hard to get. I used to have 2 of them, but I still fortunately have 1. But I do have a lot of the After Dark movies with slips. Like there's the one, Dark Ride, like set the Carnival type place. Remember that one? I'm a big slasher guy. Like obviously, if you know the 80s, 90s, like VHS era, I'm excited about this stuff. Like obviously, this stuff is going to be in my collection. If you ever wonder if I'm legitimately excited about the stuff that we're talking about today, this is not only my collection, but I could actually literally almost reach out and pick it up. So, but Nightmare Man is probably the one I watch most of there.
That's why we've got such a small collection, isn't that right, Aaron?
Oh, that's it. Yes, like my 5 or 6 like movies that I have there, like the tiny bit. That's why I have to start buying again. You just pick up Crazy Eights. Actually, I like Crazy Eights. It's a fun film.
Yeah.
But I think Nightmare Man kind of reinvigorated my love for Rolf Koninsky's films. And I went on a big, like, if you watched me back then, I went on a big like crusade to have like There's Something Out There put out on Blu-ray. I'm like, somebody's got to put this out. Someone's got to put this out. I would talk about it in every stream. And yes, that's the thing. I was literally in the middle of a stream, and somebody came in. Was it you, Maddie? And said, "You're not going to believe this. They're actually putting it out on Blu-ray." I'm like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Like there." I have to start talking about another film.
And at the end of the credits, it said, "With thanks to Aaron."
That should have said, "With thanks, Aaron." Thank you very much. And then
I liked Chaos Theory in those movies. I liked Chaos Theory, I believe it was called.
I love that film, but I don't have that one in my collection, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was good.
Hey,
Jimmy!
Like I was saying, like Shredder, I got it. Like Wish Shredder coming on Blu-ray, which is one of your favorites. And
Shredder is one of my favorites.
And then afterwards, it was like, oh yeah, Shredder's coming on Blu-ray as well. I'm like, yes, I have a superpower. I have to use it.
If nobody owns Shredder, you should go out and buy it now. Brilliant movie.
You want to see Aladdin in a slasher movie? You want to see Aladdin in a slasher movie? For those that don't know, those that came in late, I'm going to read through this again because I think this is important to read through for those that didn't find it. We'll look at the slip again for the Night of the Bastards. But here's the thing. Graveface is a long-standing indie label solely owned by Ryan Graveface. Starting in 2002, Graveface released over 180 albums, has distributed countless more. To celebrate 20 years, Graveface is throwing events all across the country. Why is this of interest to you? Well, because Graveface, who has distributed my TerraVision product, since I started TerraVision in 2014, is now distributing other labels as well. In addition to finding our Graveface releases, our in-house imprints, TerraVision, Never Not Goth, Graveface Museum, and apparel we make in-house. We get coming up we're stoked to announce Culture Shock Night of the Bastards up for pre-order right now. So we get Night of the Bastards. I'm gonna read this out right now. I lost my train.
Oh,
Proud to announce the over-the-top Rocky Mountains shot heavy metal werewolf film Lone Wolf from 1988. Other great titles coming soon to Culture Shock via Graveface Distro are the absolutely bonkers 1991 film The Refrigerator, not to be confused with the already released 50-minute long Attack of the Killer Refrigerator from TerraVision, and their installment of the late night classics line that Culture Shock launched in June with Richard Gabby's classic comedies Virgin High and Hot Under the Collar. The next late night classics release will be comedies Salt of the Party Nerds 1 and 2, both starring Michelle Bauer. Linnea Quigley will be dropping new Culture Shock titles pretty frequently, so stay tuned for more announcements. But in the meantime, go snag a copy of Night of the Bastard. We now know the distribution. Graveface, that's doing TerraVision.
I did not expect that.
Is doing Culture Shock. It is. It's a big day. It's a big day for more of the type of horror and type of, not just horror, but the type of straight to DVD or kind of the sexploitation stuff. So if they can get this, and they got to sell the Party Nerds, and we got some like Linnea Quigley. We got the Tay McClure vault has been opened, Malcolm.
Nice.
And so just putting it out there. Let me go to my IMDb for 1 second here.
Wasn't one supposed to have a lenticular cover?
I'm hoping we're going to get lenticular covers down the road. I don't think any of these are lenticular cover, not as far as I know. It doesn't say in the email, but no, there's nothing in the email about lenticular. Tay McClure, hey, she did a voice. Oh, she was in. Oh my God, yeah, that's right. She was in Cruel Intentions too. Your favorite Cruel Intentions. She was actually. She was the news. So she was like Bear Decept, The Escort, 3. She was in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Soul Man on Blu-ray. Maybe. You never know.
Scorn, too. Oh, I love the Scorn movies. She was in Vice Academy 5. She was in like Target for Selection, Caged Hearts, Night Visions.
So we might get Vice Academy 4, 5, and 6 at some point.
God, I would hope. I would kill for that. Because I got I'm a massive fan of those films. Like I talk about it on here all the time. Like I got the first 3. I got them on DVD, and I got the VSA one. It wasn't like I was a little disappointed when the VSA put out like 1 to 3. I kind of wanted more features.
There should have been all of them.
Because the people, 1 should have been like 1 to 6 if possible, and 2. It's not like Rick Stone's not around. It's not like those people that are making the film aren't still around. They could have done a bit more with it than what they did.
I think they should do a 7, 8, 9.
Oh, I would. I'm not even joking. I would totally watch those, man. Because I have fun with those films. And at the end of the day, that's what I want for a film.
There'll be a massive player in a couple of years.
Well, here's the thing, Warlock. You just got a TerraVision subscription, right? And you're going to find out, because it's being distributed by Graveface. So so when you said you've ordered TerraVision stuff before, so coming from the same place.
You're back to winner.
Yeah. TerraVision keep up the momentum. There'll be a massive player in a couple of years. Same, I got to say, I'm excited with the TerraVision announcements. I wasn't excited with the Tuesday one. I'm going to be honest when it comes to that. I'm hoping I'm more excited for the stuff that's coming as opposed to the more recent ones. But no, there's some great stuff coming, and I'm excited about I'm excited about all 5 of these announcements. Which I'm hoping to see more stuff coming out there.
There will be. I got fading. we'll find out more probably within the next couple of weeks, I reckon, to a month. Like what else they're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm. Black Cobra films coming out, Devil's Swords coming out, like Maddie mentioned there. So you got TerrorVision and Culture Shock kind of pretty much under the same, being distributed by the same people. I would love to see another company, like maybe kind of slide into the DMs and kind of see like a whole, and see that range. So say the range of like kind of the type of Aaron's Fun films. Is what I like to call them. Like Black Cobra films, stuff like that, the Devil's Sword, Barry Primo.
So you want them to put on the site Aaron's Fun Films.
Aaron's Fun Films. Damn straight. Yeah. Because that's what these are. Like you're gonna put out like stuff like Night Eyes, you're gonna put stuff like Body Cams, you can put some of the Federal and Ray or any of that type of stuff. Because everything's like is out there. Then that's literally what I watch. That's what I grew up with. It's when I remember going through a whole like period where I was just watching those like Shannon Tweed, Shannon Worry, like Tim McClure films, and I would watch them and I watch them over and over again. I watched the Night Eyes films so many. It'd be shocked the amount of times I see the Night Eyes.
Did you watch them 69 times?
Probably, and I get the reference, but probably more. And that's not even a lie. That's truly not even a lie, because I just there's just something. They were comfort for me. So watching Assault of the Party Nerds. Watching a movie like Lone Wolf, that's a comfort film for me. Like I'm not stressing out. I'm not gonna glim. I'm not gonna stress. I'm not gonna have the ugly cry when I'm watching these films. Yeah. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna grab some snacks. I'm gonna have fun.
Well, you're gonna snacks and add some butter to it. Yeah.
I'm still taken aback by that shit. Tam McClure is like, maybe it's a small scene. I don't care, man. I got certain actresses I like, man. Certain actresses they just
do it for you.
I guess got excited about it. I feel like with my old glasses like this and this hat, it's kind of an Elvis Costello type of look.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. I'm not sure. Maybe I should take up the glass.
A mixture of Abbott Costello and Harold Lloyd.
There we go. Oh, Harold Lloyd. I love the Harold Lloyd thing. Never forget Shannon Tweed and Meatballs 3. The films, right, K-Dog, from your youth, the ones that you get. Who was it? Shannon Tweed was in the one. That's the same one that had Sally Kellerman, right? Who plays like the dead like porn star that's got to come back to life. Like got to come back as an angel, as a guardian angel for this guy and get him laid.
Yeah, I believe so.
That's part 3. I'm pretty sure it's part 3. Because I think the one that's Shan Tweed, because she's the girl. She's like that, the brute type guy's like girlfriend. But Shan Tweed is from my area.
Shan Tweed was a hottie, patati.
That's it. Us Newfoundlanders, man.
Before I was a full-grown man, I used to watch her on my TV constantly on the VHS tapes, and those tapes would end up wrecked because I was rewinding back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Do you have a picture of Shannon Tweed? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hold on a second. I probably got lots of pictures of Shannon Tweed. I'm just gonna put that in there. I remember she was like a play-by-play mate too.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, here's a picture of her. Like here's the cover from actual Playboy that she did. Oh, some people know her now because she's married to Gene Simmons from Kiss. But look
at that one there, right next to that one.
You want to see that one, Mel?
Let's see that one. That's the one. Oh, yeah.
And the thing, like, she was like literally like my Tam McClure obsession comes from Shannon Tweed because I saw Scorned, which at Shannon Tweed, and they did a sequel, Scorned, and Tam McClure did. Yeah. So, but she is truly one of the most strikingly beautiful women. Like, look, Like, look at her. Like, we were recently talking. I was over at my sister-in-law's houses, and we're talking about some of the most beautiful women that ever lived. And Shannon Tweed should have been in that list, but I know that they would have like vetoed it right away. Hoping safe phone filters. Actually, you're damn straight, Matty. That is 110%. Because for those that don't know, Shannon Tweed did a lot of those, a lot of the sexier films.
And she had a great butt.
She had a great everything. There was everything, like some like just one of those. Now you know. Say, there's the thing. Now you know.
Now you know. Why is she still with Gene Simmons? Is it the tongue? Yes, the tongue. I believe it is.
He's a smart.
It's a bit because they did that Family Jewels show, didn't they?
Yeah, I didn't get to see much of that. I wasn't much into reality shows.
Yeah, they were a bit weird in that.
Mm.
Gene Simmons in that, so it's like, yeah, you know.
Is that the one where you want to get married and he didn't want to get married type thing? Like,
yeah, because he just he loves her, but he just doesn't want to be married.
Well, that's like, early on, wasn't the thing was like, he doesn't do drugs, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink, he doesn't do alcohol. He's addicted to something else. Yeah. If you, you know, and that was probably one of the reasons. Oh, yeah. Gene Simmons is a master. Like, as a guy that went to school for business, down at the altar, Gene Simmons, when it comes to merchandising, that was like Kiss merchandising. That's all him.
And like, not just that, what people forget is probably one of the greatest actors in history, especially for his role in Wanted Dead or Alive.
Actually, I love that movie, man. I saw that in theater. What's his name? Is in that guy from Benson? Yeah, I think it's the guy from Benson.
I think it's got, and he got fun now because he plays. I can't remember, but I know he plays the foreign because he plays the foreign terrorist, doesn't he?
We got like Rutger Hauer, like just so cool in that movie, man.
Oh, thank you, Charlie. That's very nice. You know,
there you go.
I do a good Borat thing. So maybe one day I'll do that. So basically, Sacha Baron sounds a little bit simple as well. So, you know, that sounds about right for me.
He's a smart guy.
I didn't say he wasn't smart. So he sounded.
Did you do like what's his character's name? He used to watch the TV show.
Borat, Bruno.
No. This original TV show, where those characters came from.
Ali G in the house.
Ali G, the Ali G show.
Yeah. The Ali G show, yeah.
That was cool.
I used to love that show. I used to love when you go to people, things like this. So if she used to go, hey, so you want to know what this is, right? And he says, so let me ask you this. And they'd go, yeah, what do you want? So he goes, is it true she got fluff on the mouth? She old enough, right? And they'd go, no. And they'd go, we're Homo sapiens. He'd go, I ain't homo. And all this. I used to love all that because they'd be laughing at him, but you knew he was laughing at them.
Yeah. Because like when you saw him in interviews and stuff like that, like he was like an extremely smart dude.
What is this? And this? And this? And this? And this? Brilliant.
Like I've got the whole LAG show here actually somewhere.
But you have both shows. You have the American and the UK show.
I think I did. I'm not sure. I got the UK show now. I don't know if I still got the American one. I'd have to check.
Okay.
I used to have the movie too.
Yeah. I love it. Ali G in the House is one of the best films of all time.
There was
It's me, Julie.
And the
Julie, it was shining off me knob. I love it.
I love the board stuff.
Get back to Staines, innit? Love it.
James Noble from Benson. From Benson, it was, God, what's his name? Robert Gillam. Gillam. Oh, God, I'm not good with freaking like pronouncing names and stuff like that.
Yes, the show The Prisoner. Are you talking about the original or the remake?
Oh, The Prisoner?
Yeah.
I have them both.
Didn't the remake have Ian McKellen in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. and that Kazigel guy, right? Was it the Kazigel guy who was in it as well in the remake? The original one
Yeah,
is
it was. Unfortunately, it was.
yeah. The original one was
the actor
phenomenal.
from Benson. He was in one Dead or Alive. He was kind of his like kind of was a CIA or something like type of like
I
guy
love
that he
that
worked.
guy. I just love the way. I loved his energy.
It was a fantastic movie. I love that film.
Yeah.
No, but
I
it was
will
cool.
buy the Birds 2 Lands End from Vinegar Syndrome next sale because I'm missing it, Alan. So I have to pick it up.
Well, it's by who's it? Is it Rick Rosenthal?
I haven't got a clue. Cover. Who doesn't like covers? I want to say this. Who doesn't like slip covers, but where the face is being ripped and there's naked bodies showing?
Okay, so let me just read this part here. So it's the first feature-length film under their exploitation theme slate, Your Funeral.
Oh.
Supernatural take on the Siege film with a scorched earth performance by May. And the Bachelor's equal parts white knuckle tension and blood-soaked terror that harkens back to 1970s action, things like Race with the Devil. You can tell that in the trailer, actually. But exploitation theme slate, Your Funeral. Actually, I didn't see that there before. This is kind of interesting.
Oh.
Leaves a bit of like
speculation.
Yeah, for different stuff coming out there.
Birdemic 2 wins.
I'll tell you who doesn't win, the audience. I'm not gonna lie. Like, oh yes, those are classic films. No, I mean, if you've seen, here's the thing. if you get like Severin put it the Birdemic trilogy, right? As
beautiful box of lenticular.
If it's really, if I was at a place and it was like $15 or something like that, I would totally pick it up. Is it like, do I really need to watch any movie after Birdemic because they literally made the same two movies over again? Probably not. But I would buy it anyway. So
talk about that. My 4K copy of Weird Science came today.
Oh, nice. Oh, very nice, actually.
Oh. I was shocked to see it was rated 12 for 12-year-olds. I didn't realise it was that low, in certificate.
Well, it would have been PG era time, wouldn't it? So, though nowadays I would never get a PG, which is sad, but it probably wouldn't get a PG.
Wow.
Because PG-13 just isn't used anymore the way that it should be.
I grabbed their box at the last convention I went to.
Well, 3 for us is not bad for 3 movies.
You won't watch them yet. You need to watch them, Warlock. It'll change your view of horror movies with birds.
It will definitely change your view of horror movies with birds.
I want to see the Meg 2, but I
have not seen the Meg 2 yet. I actually got an email from them recently about a press release on that, but I actually haven't got a chance to check it out yet.
You've seen the first one?
Oh, yeah, of course. Fantastic film. I love it. I love, I'm a sucker for that type of film. I love shark films.
Somebody said, not in the comments, but somebody said that it's the new one, Meg 2, was terrible. And I was like, you got to see it as a summer movie. Summer movies are meant to not be brilliant. They're meant to be just fun.
I think when it comes to okay. When it comes to this type of stuff, like that's what you're looking for, is stuff that's incredibly fun. Let's see if I get my. So I check my business email because I did get something from the guys from Meg 2. Like you.
You should, Chris. It's worth it. That's why I bought the 4K because I want to see her in 4K.
Okay, I have to set up the.
Exactly, Warlock. Go see whatever you want. If you like it, like it. If you hate it, you hate it. If someone else doesn't like it, that's their problem.
I'm going to be doing, like, in the next live stream, I got a section for reviews. I told you I got some Sony stuff, which I have to, like, kind of finish watching tonight because I'm going to be reviewing them on our next live stream.
Nice.
So what we got coming within that portion of it, so you guys know, is very different films. So we have the actual live action version of Knights of the Zodiac, which I received the Blu-ray of, and we have just see. I'll make sure I got it here. Resident Evil, Death Island, which I haven't.
I'm not fully in about that one.
And in a very different way, Love Again, which is a
Priyanka Chopra movie.
Yeah. So which was one of the reasons I wanted it, actually. I think it's utterly fantastic, gorgeous, right? So that are going to be 3 within our weird and wacky stuff that we talk about when you're seeing us cyber wrestling and omnibuses and movies and announcements and stuff like that. You're going to get some actually legit like mainstreamy stuff on here.
You know what, Warlock? I have to agree with you to a degree. I think it's good to hear people's opinions and reviews of movies, like video games, whatever. But I do think too many people waste, when you listen to something, it's supposed to be their opinion. It's not supposed to be like the gospel where you've got to go with it, If you want, if you want to hear, like, for instance, when Aaron does his reviews of them, he's not going to be saying, oh, you should never watch these movies, you should never do this, because that's not the place anyone really should do, I mean, when I say that, I'm joking around.
Yeah.
But I do think that you should always follow what you want to see. So, for instance, I'll give an example. My friend watched Enter the Ninja the other day, right? Because it was one of my favourite films. I ranted and raved about for ages, right? He thought it wasn't. He thought it was hard to get into because, some things in it just weren't his thing, Yeah. Fair enough. That's because he's into certain things. But different. Like, for instance, he loves sword and sorcery. I've not been able to get into all sword and sorcery movies. And, you know what I mean? So, but there's sword and sorcery movies I might watch. I go, this is phenomenal. So I think it's always about, it's always about maybe listening to an opinion, but going with your own feelings, on how you feel. If you want to see, for instance, Fast X and everybody's saying it's terrible, then you go see it and you make up your own mind. That's how I've always been.
I think most minor reviews that are done nowadays, and I think I'm glad that's kind of leaned more in that way, are meant more for like added enjoyment and fun. You're never meant to like take a review as a gospel. I never agreed with like, okay, I'm going to look at this review, and this review backs up my opinion, so I'm going to use this review to say, okay, no, I negate any other body's opinion on the film, because here, look, these people X and X and X agreed with me.
I don't look at reviews until after I watch a movie.
Depends on the movie. Like I can at times. Like if it's a movie that I'm not going to watch, or the movie I've seen. Well, a lot of movie reviews I see nowadays are stuff that I've seen years ago. That's being reviewed.
Yeah.
But for me, like if it's a movie that I'm going to see, like for instance, I got these movies from Sony, so I have had to duck reviews like crazy for these films. Because there's a ton of reviews out there for like Knights of the Zodiac and stuff like that. And I know, like I've seen that, and I can give you like a bit of like a spoiler alert. Cheesy fun, but it's not going to be for everybody.
No.
That's the truth of the matter, because it's like it's a film that's taking on a massive sprawling anime.
Yeah.
Not such a high budget, but with a decent cast. So you've got to temper your expectations doing something like that. It's like when you go in, like when people went into Dragon Ball Evolution, for instance, and we're like, man, this is going to be amazing because it's just. But you looked at the cast and the budget and stuff. You kind of knew where you're going to get with Dragon Ball Evolution, right? You kind of should have known to an extent. So if you didn't like it, okay, it's fantastic. But if you liked it for what it is, which kind of is a whole thing as well. I thought it was okay, but I will say that I did like Knights of the Zodiac a bit better than Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah.
But I do think that, I'll tell you one thing. If you did like it, the Blu-ray presentation is great.
Yeah.
That I can say right now. The Blu-ray presentation.
I think what people need to think about as well is if you're reviewing a movie that's released like you're doing, then it shouldn't just be about the movie. It should be about the actual release and what's important in the release. Like, do you get the trailer? Do you get these things? Most reviewers don't tell you what's actually on the disc.
That's the thing. Well, there's a lot of reviewers that just do like this, the films, like theater film stuff, and I understand that. But for me, when I'm looking at a film, like I'm watching the features, I'm looking at the other stuff as well. I'm looking at the presentation of the film. I'm an audiophile. I want to hear like how it sounds. But that's one thing that I can say. Spoiler alert is like if you didn't like Knights of Zodiac, it may not win you over. But if you're a fan, or if you like the if presentation matters, presentation is really good.
I'm going to be very honest with you, Warlock. I've always thought there's too many followers in this world. I watch people and I see the way they react, the way they talk, the way they treat people, and it's all follow culture now. It really is. Too many people are scared to stand up and be leaders and say what they think, because they're like, oh, if I say what I think, then these people ain't going to like me. This, blah, blah, blah. The people that are your true friends, they listen to you and they understand what you think, what you say, what you think. You know, I can joke with almost every single one of my friends about almost anything, even the most craziest stuff. Why? Because they know I'm joking, or they know that my opinion's serious on something. When you have to back down and you have to go, oh, yeah, like let's say Barbie, right? Prime example, everybody's loving Barbie right now. Let's say I go, then I hate it, right? I could say to my friends tomorrow, you know what, I could say to them, I really hate this movie. They go, why? It was brilliant. And then we'll have a proper talk about it. There ain't going to be like, I ain't going to back down and go, oh, yeah, I loved it too. People were too much, they're too wet now. Let's put it that way.
I think it's tribalism. I think like a lot of it comes down to tribalism. Everybody wants to pick a side rather than just like, there's not enough. I won't say thinking, but basically everybody wants like, okay, they're on one side or the other. Like everything's got like, it can't be like, can we just watch? Like for me, this is the reason on my channel, like I'm not talking about certain things because I don't think it has any place on a movie channel.
Of course.
Like, if I'm going to be talking about a movie, I want to talk about the movie. I want everybody to be able to come in and enjoy it.
Well, I'll give you a prime example. When I got my wife was older than me, so everybody knows by now. And people used to say to me, don't you get embarrassed when you're out with your wife? And I go, no. And they go, why not? And I go, because everybody I see when I'm outside, right, is probably less than 1% of my whole life, right? Why would I care, right? Why would I care who sees me kiss and hug my wife and what I do? If I want to give her one right there in public, everybody can watch. I don't care, right? Because she's my wife. She picked me. I picked her. It shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter what age or sex or, religion or whatever, right? It shouldn't matter because that's my person. That's my other part. Why would I care what other people think? But some people will go, oh, don't you get embarrassed by that? Don't you think this? And you're like, no, I'm embarrassed by you for saying that because it shows that you're such a follower. Oh, Matty, you've clocked me. You've clocked me. You've absolutely clocked me. Shit. So you've clocked me. It is rampant. It is rampant, actually.
Like I watched a video where basically it wasn't about that. It was like somebody was saying that they were going to die, but what they meant was they were walking the dog, like going to walk their dog, and the person was like, no, you don't know what this means. So like, I think it was a PRP.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something about dogging. All right, I've never done it.
Be careful about it.
I've never done it. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of people that seem to do it, from my experience, from hearing about it, and what people have said, is people that don't understand meaning of a relationship, and people that just want to cheat on their partners and get laid. To me, that's disgusting. It's foul. It's their choice, of course, but it's not something I'd ever do. I would not degrade myself by sleeping with a stranger who I don't know or care about. I just won't do it. Especially as a married man. As well as a married man, that's even worse because, I would be disintegrating the trust and love of somebody who stood by me. So I won't be able to do that. But it is rampant here because most people in the UK are, how can I put it, trash. So
I like the UK. But no, like it's like
yeah, because you go to London. You like London. You ain't gone on the outside of London, have you?
I'm going. I like London.
Go down to the east end of London and, you know, you'll get a lot of fun down there. You'll see. You'll change your mind.
Opinions are black and white. Snow gray. I don't think so.
I think that's true. I think the problem is people can't go in the grey area. They cannot meet in the middle, right? People can't be in the middle. So what they do is, I've got to hate you, I've got to hate that, right? When I've had a friend who stopped talking to me, they can't talk to me and tell me what the problem is, right? All they can do is go on the hatred section and be angry with me and lie about me and say whatever. Why?
I think there's not enough gray. That's the problem.
Because they're not an adult.
There's not enough gray. The problem is like there's not enough like gray. Like we should be able to go in the gray sections. Like
Darth Sidious, this conversation has sold Darth Sidious because he wants to go to these areas.
There you go.
But you know, the problem is people nowadays, they just don't have the common sense and understanding to have the respect for one another like they should.
No, it's true. I mean, like there's certain things. And this movie's like I'm definitely like the Barbie movie was like when it was coming out. I'm like, yes, of course. And Margot Robbie's playing Barbie. I'm there. Doctor Who is in it. Yeah, I'm totally there. That's the main thing. But it's just because I like it. I expect somebody else. No,
well, the thing is, you know, I think it's like my wife will probably watch Barbie when it comes, you know, it comes out. And, well, it's released, I mean, you know, like on disc. And I'll probably watch it then as well, you know. Yeah. But whether or not it's good or bad in my view, or good or bad in her view, it doesn't matter, you know, in the long run to other people. I mean, unless you're asking an honest opinion.
Here's the thing. Like at the end of the day, it's our opinion. And you know, we come on here and we put it out there. We put our opinion out there. So we, you know, there's like people are going to agree or disagree. That's okay. Which, you know, you're allowed to do. I think some people just get like very upset or they put their identity with certain things. And so if you don't like something that they like, they feel like actually like you're physically attacking them.
Yeah.
How can you not like this? And that happens with companies. So I will be critical sometimes of movie companies, which I think
you have to be. You have to be. They've got beyond they're supposed to be a standard.
Yeah, because when it comes to this, I can't just be. I just can't gush, and I still to this day, and I think I can be pretty critical, but I'll still have people that'll think, oh, you're too positive. Like no, I tend to talk about stuff that I like, and I get excited about that.
Well, you know, there's this thing, isn't there, like with friendships, right? Darth said, seriously though, I respect the opinion of a friend, whether positive or negative, because I appreciate honesty and different perspective. Unless it's about the ninja, then it doesn't matter. All right, I'm sorry. All right, but no, in all seriousness, I think the problem is with companies, right? Companies nowadays, you get these people that will buy, they'll think everything. And because of that, they don't keep on a higher standard anymore, right? And it's the same with friendships. If you can't be honest with a friend, right? So I'll give an example. Darth Sidious, right? Me and Darth Sidious are really good friends, right? If I say something to Darth Sidious will say something to me. I've had moments where I think I've said things that might have upset him a little bit, and he's, you know, said stuff to me like, oh, you know, what's going on? Not attack me going, what the hell, you know, what's going on, right? Because that's what friendship is. Friendship is about being able to understand, to be like family in a lot of ways, you know? And I think the moment you turn on that person when they're going through something rough, right, or they have a problem, or maybe they're a little bit edgy, right, for no reason out of nowhere, and you can't talk about it, then you never had a friendship. You know, friendships are based on the hardest moments of your life and then being there. That's the real part of friendship, plus the opinions. Ghostbusters. You know, if they're not there doing those months, but they're there when they can take from you, and thinking they're not your friend.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though, with friends, you know how do you think better. Those opinions mean more than reviewers. Actually not. I'm going to say I don't think so. And here's the thing, because I've got a lot of friends that like we have completely different opinions on movies. So I'll like, hey, what do you think of this? And they'll say, well, this I hated this. This was garbage. I'm probably gonna like this movie. So in that way, but it depends on the reviewer. For me, there are certain reviewers that I do like, and I do like because, like, remember Siskel and Ebert, those guys, right? I would disagree with a lot of the stuff. They hated slasher movies, called them like dead kid films, right? Dead teenage films. They had a big like thing against them, but there's no reviewers that I respected more than Siskel and Ebert, because they got it. Like they were actual legit. Like this is what they did. It wasn't like just two guys that went and watched movies. No, they knew their stuff. And
well, it was certain movies technically.
Oh yeah, and the thing for me, like I understand. Like now when I was a kid, I was upset with like, oh, I can't believe they had all these slasher movies. But to put myself in their place, like here's guys that go in movie after movie after movie, and they're going in and they're seeing like these Stone Cold classics and Mean Streets and stuff like that, right? And all of a sudden there's like 20 like slasher movies in a row. I can get why they would get like a bit like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can get why they'd be like, what the hell? And Roger Ebert is probably one of the best review writers I've ever read.
I be honest, I think that online, I think when you talk to people like randoms and you're watching their videos, and well, not even talking to them, you're just watching random people, you know, reviewing the same movie that you've heard about for like 50 times already, right? One of the reasons I don't do reviews anymore on my channel is because I got fed up with reviewing movies that everybody else had done.
But for me, it's like
the point.
You put your own like thing on it. Like I watch like lots of different reviews. Like here's the thing. Right? I watch PS5 and I want PS5 so bad, right? I watch PS5 unboxings. I watch like probably over 100. I've watched definitely over 100 PS5 unboxings, and it's still the same PS5. No, it's still the same PS5. It's still the same. There's only so many ways that they can change. That they can take it out of the box. But everybody brings their own like different personality to it, and I find that I get most excited about like when it's like the guys that like are super excited and didn't get it like 2 years ago type of thing, and they got it like recently, and they're taking it out and they're getting really getting excited about it. You can see their excitement, like as opposed to like a tech reviewer, and they're like, yeah, and we got it, and this we had this here, and they're like breaking it down. So I find those more interesting. I'm sure there's cute girl ones too, which are also great. But it's the thing, if you're excited about it, which I did, I watched all of them. But if you're excited about it, that's when I get excited. And the same thing with reviews. I can see like a dozen the same reviews, and some will be dry, right? But it's the reviews that kind of like the stigma. I may disagree with the review, but it's all in how it's presented and how it comes across to me. That's why, like for me. Well, like I know that there's like because I'm in Morocco, so I'm getting these movies late, so I'm going to review these movies later than other people have reviewed them. But it's going to be my thoughts on the film.
It's true, but at the same time, you've got a base for people to watch them, and possibly share. What I'm saying is, for me, as someone who only had like a few hundred subscribers, it just got tedious to the point I was like, well, there's bigger reviewers been able to get their thing, and I just lost the heart in it.
I understand that. Like for me too, like I started like talking about like Gianna's not here today, unfortunately, but I did reviews. I was a huge fan of the Charlie Chan series. So I thought, okay, I'm going to be able to review movies, Malcolm, that I love, and I'm going to be able to talk about them because I feel that I got a bit of knowledge on these films. I can actually talk about them for a bit. Oh. So I started doing like these reviews of Charlie Chan, and they started to get, this was like early in my channel. So I started to get like a few watchers and stuff, but it slowly dwindled down.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting like losing. It was early in the day, so nowadays I forge forward and say, shag down. I'm good and I like it. I'm going to do it anyway. But back then it was like I lost my confidence and I stopped doing those reviews.
That's a good point, Matty. They do.
All auditors tend to go on sale. Yeah, I'm always looking for reviews like order. And sometimes I'm shocked with movies that haven't got reviewed. You know what I mean? Like you
It's funny. I'm the only person that's ever reviewed Bleed.
Which one?
Bleed.
Are you talking about the trauma? Not trauma. The
one with the white mask where they're in the hot tub. I'm the only one who's reviewed that on YouTube.
Wow, I've talked about it on my channel a few times. I actually love that film. Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it, but I'm the only person who reviewed it. Yeah, it's only ever had like 120 views, which says a lot about the movie.
You have 121 sims. I'm going to see that. I want to see that because I didn't know it. Not know that you reviewed that. How did I miss that? Because that's
I had a whole series, didn't I? I've got a whole playlist series that I did of movie reviews.
That was a Tempe video. That was Tempe when Full Moon lost the rights to their characters, Puppet Master and stuff. So, and which was ironic because like Charles Band hates slasher movies. So the fact that he would be behind Bleed was a real shock. But I'd get the money in there, and it had like I love the fact that because I got the DVD of it, it's got that like that Scream cover, with the faces.
Yeah. Did you hear for the Full Moon? What we talking about Full Moon? Did you hear they're releasing Blu-ray? Well, Blu-ray.
Which one?
Blu-ray. The Jess Franco.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
Hopefully. It'll be like a remaster, not just like DVD to Blu-ray transfer.
Hopefully, but who knows?
I know
that's something I will wait for the review on because I like the Blu-ray.com reviews to tell me what the quality looks like. To me, that's a good review because they're talking about the movie, but at the same time, they're telling you in detail about the quality of the print, the thing. To me, that's good. Yeah, to me, that adds to it.
I appreciate when I'm reading a written review. Well, it doesn't matter when I'm watching a review, but if I'm reading a written review, if they're talking about the features, if they put the length of the features on there, because you could say interview. An interview could be like 30 seconds, right?
50 seconds, yeah.
And so it's good to know like the difference. Okay, is this like, is this like, did you go in depth on this? Is just like a few seconds for each thing? And that's an interesting topic, the Warlock, that you brought up, man.
Yeah.
We got into.
I used to go on beaverreviews.com back in the day, and you remember that site, didn't you?
Is it DVD Beaver?
No, Beaver Reviews. It was an adult website.
I wondered. No, actually, I didn't know. To be honest with you,
just tell all about the content and everything.
This is a channel for sidelining. This is what we do. Have you not seen the times when we started talking about movies and we had like an hour-long conversation on like wrestling? Yeah. It happens.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point of these videos, so that they can go from like one subject to the next. Adds to them, makes them random, unique. Makes them watchable more. Because you're like, oh, there could be something more down the line in this video, so I better keep watching.
Well, that's the thing, right? Hopefully it keeps more people for a little bit longer. Some people will come in and they want to talk about the subject, they'll watch the subject part and they'll go on, which it's okay. That's because that's what you do.
I mean, we've got 27 watchers right now.
Oh, do we really?
Yeah, we've had them for quite a while.
You've sounded me so many times, Warlock, in a good way though. So, by the way, if you're watching and liking, please like, share, subscribe to all that kind of jazzy stuff. Super chats, super sticker, donate, whatever. I keep forgetting to do that. Say that. Everybody should say that. We did a we did
pick them up.
Pretty much. We've already done that. We've done our Dawson's Creek.
That was great.
Have you seen the movies I'm going to be reviewing? By the way, have you seen Knights of the Zodiac or any of those films? Or
no?
You've seen the cartoon, right?
Yeah. I might be able to watch them before you review them.
Interesting. Yeah, it'd be interesting to do. I got the obviously I got the DVD, the Blu-rays coming because I got reached out to.
I might have a look and see if I can at least watch a couple of them. Before.
But here's the thing, guys. Too, like when people review stuff like online, I don't accept everything. So I prefer to like accept things that I'm going to have some type of interest in. Because if I don't, then it's going to make for either a boring review or it's going to end up getting like a lot of like kind of reviews that are just going to be that's just becomes comedy sardonic reviews, so you're riffing stuff. And I prefer like to do that with stuff that I buy myself. But so yeah, no, like I got requested a bunch of stuff, but basically no, those were the ones I picked because I like Priyanka Chopra. I think she's really cute, and so I want to see the movie. Normally, like a love story one is not something that I'd pick up for review. I pick up for me and my better half to watch, but that was like kind of like an outlier. But Knights of the Zodiac, like, did I go in expecting this to be like super cheesy? Yes, I did. Sean Bean's in it. So that was like, and what was the third one again? God, it kills me.
Resident Evil one.
Which one?
Resident Evil, wasn't it?
Yeah, Resident Evil, Death. See, there you go. And like that's one that's still one I haven't watched yet. It's the animated one, I think. I got to check it out.
I always had a thing for Jill Valentine, so Resident Evil is very easy.
But these things, Warlock, that's the thing. Like, it really doesn't make sense. But for some people, the thing is that like they just want to review as much as possible. So so they'll do like reviews of pretty much everything. But you'd be surprised the amount of people that will review stuff or legitimately like, oh, I love this, or I love this type of film, or I love this company, and then like behind the scenes, they actually don't. No. But it's a business thing for some people. For me, I'm doing this 11 years. I don't make enough money for this to be a business thing for me. This is a labor of love.
Yeah,
which I think you know by now, because you know the stuff that I come on and I say I like that nobody else likes. Here you go. That's when you know when I'm spending like 15 or 20 minutes like drooling over Tane McClure. Then you know that it's a guy that's like revealing his passion. Exactly.
That's exactly it.
You either you lose your passion or you have to fake your passion. And I can tell you right now, I've in the 11 years that I've been doing this, I've had a lot of people that have come up to me that watch my channel, that have wanted to start channels, and they'll say, "Well, what do you think I should review? What do you think I should do? What are you interested in? What do you like? What are you watching? What games are you playing? What type of stuff are you looking at?" That is, that's what you go for. And then I had people come like, "But what about this? This is more popular." But it doesn't matter if it's popular and you don't like it, then you're not gonna. You're
not worth it, is it?
No, you're gonna fake it, and it's after a while it's gonna drag on you, and you're not gonna be putting in the effort, and you're not gonna keep doing it. It's just gonna end. And we've seen channels end. That's just basically because they were like, okay, this is Funko. Funko's really big. I'm gonna review Funko. And there were channels that did stuff that were legitimately loved Funko and loved all that stuff. And there's other ones you could tell like, okay, they've gotten tired of it, but like this is their brand.
Yeah. I don't get the point in buying stuff just to show on YouTube anyway.
Yeah. And that's the thing, because at the end of the day, you got to still watch this stuff, man.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. And it did happen to me a bit because I had a brand. Like I had a certain type of films that was associated with me. And I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm done watching that for a bit. I want to kind of watch something else. But I had this type of like, kind of like, I felt like sort of pressure, okay, to keep up with the brand aspect of it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just switched around. I said, no, I'm just going to do stuff that I like to do. Like I'll still talk about stuff that interests me like that. Like I talk Vinegar Syndrome, but I don't talk everything Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah.
Because like as you can tell, some of it doesn't interest me. I'll talk like television, and I'll talk like, so I'll let you guys know the stuff I like, stuff I don't like, culture shock, stuff that I like, stuff that I don't like. When it comes to like Scream Factory, like a lot of people hate on Scream Factory nowadays. I did a video recently doing just the opposite of that because that was my thoughts. So I'll go against the grain a bit, but and hopefully it doesn't lose me followers when I do it. But that's what we do, right?
Well, you have to go with your own feelings.
And the fact that we do longer videos like this, like on a long form videos, and we talk about different things, you kind of get to see what we like the stuff we get excited and passionate about, stuff
yeah.
because we end up talking about it.
Yeah.
Which in a
real
shorter
things.
video is easier to kind of manipulate. In a short form, like kind of like a 5-7 minute video, it's easier to kind of to put in some stuff, kind of manipulate it, and you're like, okay,
can't be yes and everything.
But it's hard to do that here. You can't do that with a long form video. It's impossible.
No.
Did you pick up any books today, by the way? I got to ask you to pick any more books. I've gotten into picking up more books, more omnibuses and stuff like that. I have 9 more books.
I went, so I walked up to the charity shop today, right? Because I get my 10 kilometers in, right? And I went to the charity shop and they had a whole load of, paperback graphic novels, right? But they were way too overpriced for what they were, so I ended up leaving them and I didn't find any more. But I did get those Deadpool ones I sent you the picture of. They were £1 each.
Oh, that's awesome.
They were £1 each in the volunteer centre in the local area, which really surprised me because it was donation. So I could have donated 20p, but I was really happy. But yeah, I said to Donna, I've got to read the ones I've bought so far because they're going to start piling up soon. I mean, I've got the Grayson one and that Batman Robin. They're going to take me ages. So
probably not as long. I just finished X-Men, like I told you, Ultimate X-Men. You finish them faster than you think, man. I did. I was reading Ben Reilly's Spider-Man, which is not the peak Spider-Man era, of course, but I like it. And it was volume 2, and I finished in 3 days. Same thing with Jeff Johns' Green Lantern volume 1 and volume 2, and they're massive.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give you some recommendations soon. You're gonna. That's the thing. You're gonna be. I am, guys. Is Aaron? Should Aaron corrupt Malcolm more? Should I do that? You're more DC than Marvel, right?
Either really. I mean, it's been more DC lately.
Hold on a second. Let me just pick up something real quick.
All right.
You keep talking to the crowd.
So,
your wife's gonna hate me.
Since we're talking about that, I recently picked up Batman and Robin Omnibus, 120 pages. Grayson, Super Spy, Batman and Catwoman, the recent one, Harleen, Three Jokers, Criminal Insanity. In my cart on Amazon in a minute, I've got the Catwoman New 52, and I've got Batgirl New 52 volumes 1 and 2, but I haven't bought them yet. But I'm thinking about getting Batwoman as well. So yeah, I've got quite a few in there, but I'm wanting to watch. So, read. Not watch, read. I guess you are watching it when you flip the pages, but it's rather have people who respect you and your opinions rather than just drop you over a disagreement. I agree, 100%. I think if you have a disagreement with a friend and they respect it, if it's a genuine disagreement and you can talk about it with them, I think that's a very important sign of a true friendship. I think if you have a disagreement you can't talk about and they run off with their tail between their legs and say things about you, then they will never be your friend. And to be honest with you, that's quite heartbreaking. Because we all want our friends to be real people, don't we? Real caring people who are there for us. And when they're not, it's a big disappointment. I know myself, I always expect a lot from my friends when it comes to care and consideration and respect. And I always try to stand by them, and I expect that back. Do you have the Ben Affleck Superman movie called Hollywoodland?
I do, actually. That's where he actually plays George Reeve.
Yeah.
All right.
5
omnibuses that you should have in your collection. Ready?
No,
DC edition.
DC edition. All right. I can't find that one yet. This is flexing. This isn't helping. This is flexing.
Hold on. Wait. No. I'm leaving that one to last.
I suppose you can even carry them.
You're surprised.
Oh, look at that one. I like that one.
Really, really good. One of the best ones I got in my collection.
What's it like inside? What's the picture quality? Like the artwork?
It's fantastic. It's Grant Morrison, the Animal Man, dude.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, I'm gonna look that up after.
The story, God, if you know the Animal Man,
Yeah.
and you know,
Oh yeah.
then you know. You know what I mean? That's the story. That's the story. That kind of made Animal Man.
Wow.
That one is still around, actually.
£51.
Actually, normally fairly cheap.
That's not bad, actually. Okay. Oh, I've got that in my cart at the minute.
Darwin Cook, amazing stuff. It's got and it also has the When in Rome as well, which so utterly stunning stuff. 2 more, because I'm. By the way, guys, these are actually really ones you show. The next one I'm going to show you is one that absolutely everybody, I don't care if you're a comic book lover or not, this is one to have in your collection. This is a big one, guys. It's a thick one. It's a good read. It's an amazing read. It's got 2 great authors, Ed Brubaker and Greg Rucka.
Oh, no, don't tell me that, because Ed Brubaker means I got to buy it. Oh, do you know what? I'm tempted to buy that, actually.
This is frigging amazing. So Ed Brubaker does one there's a night shift and a day shift. Ed Brubaker writes, I'm not sure if the night shift or day shift, and Greg Rucka writes the other shift. And it is just so well done. This is an incredible book. Just incredibly well done. And the last one I picked out just for Malcolm. Do I have any? I love my Vertigo stuff.
Oh,
the Bronze Age Joker edition. What does this have? Let's put it. Back in the 70s, there was a Joker comic that came out, but the last issue was never published.
Except in that
but
book.
It's in here.
Oh, wow.
It is a massive book, and the entire Joker, all 10 issues, including the unpublished issue. Had to leave this one for last because I know you're such a Joker fanatic.
Yeah, I'm a Joker fan, yeah.
And that is Bronze Age, era Joker, so some cool
Let's
stuff.
Have a look, see if that's still available.
Bronze
it's called Joker Bronze Age, yeah?
Yeah, Joker Bronze Age Omnibus. I actually found that at a used bookstore, site for really cheap.
Nope, print.
Oh, shoot.
Well, it might be in thing. Let's have a look. Gothic Central.
Gotham Central, everybody shown.
Central Omnibus.
I think this is the only Catwoman that's out, and that's really good. And Animal Man, everybody shown. This shit is the only one. The one I didn't bring over that I was going to. That's more of I guess, a slightly more adult, but is a series I used to read called Planetary, which is a fantastic little one. And I got the omnibus for that one. And at the time, I think it was $30. It's actually
that's not bad.
Cheap. That's one that goes down really cheap sometimes. It's a Vertigo story.
Yeah. I want to get the ones I want to get as well. Well, they're not omnibuses. I want to get the other 3 Recklesses, but I haven't picked up yet. The Brubaker ones.
Oh yeah.
Because I really like that work because it's basically like Criminal, but obviously in a different series. When they launched. Yeah, you find out a few of them. One of my favourites is Ninjak.
I think Animal Man became Vertigo. It's because when it starts out, it's very much going to be a very standard comic.
Yeah.
And by the time it gets into the issue that I showed you guys, because it was just considered the new format, and you look and it's brutal.
Yeah.
Right there. It eventually goes into Vertigo.
Beautiful.
But it was dealing with those Vertigo-esque issues long before like Vertigo was the thing, much like Sandman, like that. Those, and those I don't think started as Vertigo either.
Oh, I know Ninjak was Valiant. I just meant I really enjoyed Ninjak. That's what I meant. I didn't mean it was part.
Do you remember the like Chromium cover Ninjak?
Yeah.
The first issue, or was it 0? Was it issue 0?
Yeah, issue 0, which was technically the first issue. Yeah. Actually, it wasn't the first issue. I don't think it was. I think it came out after the first toe.
It did. It was one of those, like, but you had to love some of that. We grew up. I grew up in that age, like the 90s, the kind of the comic books and like the Chromiums and the die cut Superman, the Reign of Superman, 4 different covers and 4 different Supermen.
Take care, Matty.
All right, have a great evening, man. Swamp Thing. I didn't bring that one over, but I do have the Nancy Collins, and I've got the Absolutes as well, which are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. There's an absolute, isn't there, of the Killing Joke. I was tempted to pick that up.
That's interesting. Do you ever like see like the fan theories on the Killing Joke that Batman actually killed the Joker at the end?
Thank you. What about when Superman killed the Joker?
Oh, and like in the card, like the what do you call it? The video game like comic book that actually turned out to be good.
I think it was in the video game comic book, but I mean, it would have been amazing if he. I think the Joker's probably the best Batman villain anyway, or most one.
Are you saying that Killer Wasp is not the best Batman villain?
It's close. It's a close second, obviously.
Or Crazy Quilt?
A bookworm. Nancy Cohen did well doing her one.
She did. It was a very Southern Gothic style with her Swamp Thing. She brought the horror back. Like Alan Moore had gone into like existentialism and philosophy and different aspects of that with his run, because that's what Alan Moore does. That's what he's best at. And then they had like some people that came in after there, but they just couldn't get that feel and they weren't sure what to really go with. But when Nancy Collins came on, Warlock's 100% correct. She brought back the horror of Swamp Thing again. I'll actually bring it over. I'll show you in a second right now, because it brought back, like, remember the Bernie Wrightson days, the early like Swamp Thing?
Yeah.
So it brought that body horror, that creepiness, that kind of like almost kind of want to have a shower with some of these.
Yeah, the kind of really gets in your head.
Yeah, hold on a second, I got it, because I do have it.
Oh, let's see it. Some of the ones that I want to pick up are more Batman ones. And I want to pick up Human Target, if I can. I'd like to pick up Batman Damned. And I'd like to pick up some manga too, because I like manga. Yeah.
So this is the run that like Warlock's talking about right here.
Oh, nice.
So I'll open it up so you guys can see some of the artwork and stuff that is in here, because I love the art in this.
Oh, very nice. I like the old school art.
It's got a very it's very horror-esque art. It's very much like, as you're looking through and you're seeing some of these stories, and some of these are like some pretty kind of cool horrific stories, and it starts out with this like thing that kind of feeds on the swamp thing that feeds on like the hate of the people, and makes this kind of creature.
Yeah.
And it is such a good story, and you right away, like, it goes right out of the gate, letting you know that exactly what she was going for. So for those who know, the Alan Moore ones came up with these here.
Oh.
Absolutes. So this is an absolute for those that have never picked any of these up. It slides out because it has and every absolute will have a kind of a book.
Yeah.
There, and this has a cloth like feel.
Oh, that's beautiful.
To it, like you open it up, and the let's see.
Oh.
So I love oversized stuff when I can get.
I think Kira is fantastic manga as well, Warlock. I love that big box set. I'd love to own that set.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I love me some Akira. But yeah, no, that's Swamp Thing's one of the characters that I grew up like loving. The anatomy lesson still blows my mind to this very day. Because the first time you read that, remember anatomy lesson?
Yeah.
When the fluorescent farm takes apart like Swamp Thing, and then you realize because the whole spoiler alert for a very old story, like the origin of Swamp Thing is basically there's a guy that he has the formula, so he gets caught on fire and he jumps in the swamp and he comes out. He's Swamp Thing, right?
Yeah.
But then you find out he's not. It's not, Swamp Thing is not him at all. He just has that. He's got like a trace of the consciousness of this guy. He's his own creature. And when you get to that point where he has to realize that other life wasn't me.
Yeah.
And eventually, the character does come back too. So actually, it's pretty cool.
I gotta get that. Pick it up.
I told you, your spouse is going to hate me for this stuff.
Yeah, she's gonna hate you. I think she
I
does.
have like once a week, I'll do something that let's tempt Malcolm video, portion.
I think she already hates you at this point. I bought graphic novels. I bought pervy books, technically.
Educational books.
Yeah, right. And so I think she's a little bit there. Maybe she doesn't hold grudges.
Arcane. I love Arcane. Is such a cool character, such a good villain. Start with the beginning with the rights and work. They did come out recently as an absolute, by the way. They put the absolute for the Bernie rights in.
Lovely. I need to look up these absolutes.
Have you never gotten absolute before?
No.
Oh, you Sandman fan?
I haven't actually read it. I want it.
I have the entire Sandman absolute collection.
Oh no!
I bet that's one of our house favorites.
Oh, absolute. Oh, what?
So like,
they did it. Wow.
For those that don't know, so this is an omnibus. This is an absolute.
Boy, look how big that is.
Yeah, absolutes are meant to be like the prestige only for like mega prestige books. That's what it's meant to be. Let me just bring this thing back over, and I'll bring something else over in a second. While you're looking at that. There's 3 in the Alan Moore series.
Whoa. So many. Whoa. Oh, there's a lot here. Absolute Wonder Woman. What the?
Here we go with the absolute Sandman.
Oh, that's lovely.
Wait till it runs out. Because these were gorgeously done.
Wow.
And yeah, some of the incredible, like,
holy moly,
oversized artwork on.
That is gorgeous.
We finished watching the Sandman series, and we'd both read Sandman books when we were, when it came out initially. And Hin was like, I need to own these books. I need to own them the best possible way. So she asked me to look up to find the best possible way that they were available. And I said, well, the best way is the absolute, because there's
Yeah.
omnibuses as well. But if it's Sandman, if it's Swamp Thing, like Alan Moore Swamp Thing, if it's Pointing Right Sun, absolute.
Yeah.
But I only
Sandman, I can believe.
I only get
Actually,
them for things that are really like you really want to have in like the like in that kind of format.
Yeah.
The only other kind of like slightly kind of a bigger one, which is kind of see if I got it. I'll show you. This is kind of it's different, but you'll see.
Okay. Let's go back and have a look. How's your look? Okay, so.
So have you ever heard of a series of books called Grand Design?
Yes.
So this is X-Men Grand Design, and again, it is like just a little bit bigger than us. Absolute.
Oh wow! Look how big that is. It's paperback though, right?
Yeah, this is like you can buy them in paperback or hardcover, but like I got this at a comic shop for like during sale for like pretty cheap.
That's quite
And
nice.
this is like Ed Piskor, who's like more of an independent artist. So to see him like doing X-Men was really different. But he goes through the whole first like so many like years of X-Men, and at the end,
Yeah.
they show the original X-Men comic right here. First issue, I have the omnibuses of these too, and we get to see like the original artwork for.
Oh, nice.
And it's meant to be on this kind of like this type of paper,
Yeah.
give it this unique look to it.
Yeah.
But crazy well done stuff, and you usually can get them for fairly cheap. But you gotta kind of be into the Grand Design thing, where basically they're going over like an entire history of a comic character like X-Men or Fantastic Four, usually using independent artists and writers for in a very short period of time.
Well, that gives me ideas now for when I go in the comic shop in mall.
Oh, for sure. Like especially those like absolutes can be a like absolutes and omnibuses are a hole that you can get really kind of get sucked in when it comes to that type of stuff.
Just when
Especially
they're
when
like
you see-
complete runs.
Oh yeah, like right here, complete run.
Yeah.
And it's Ed Brubaker. So if I see Ed Brubaker's name in something, it's like, damn, I know I got to pick this up. And Ed Brubaker, Darwin Cook, rest in peace, man. Cameron Stewart, Paul Glass. So this gets like the artwork is very different. So because it starts out very, very Darwin Cook. So you get like this very kind of cool stylized
Nice
artwork, and then you get to later on when Cook's off the book, and it's still fantastic artwork, but you can see it's very sells very different.
Very different, yeah.
But it's a great read. Like it's a great read. I think Gotham Central is probably my favorite read of the one that goes there. But Gotham Central is very different.
I need to buy both of them.
You totally do. They're really, really good. Animal Man too. Oh, God. I've read Animal Man around 4 times.
Oh, nice.
Since I picked it up. Gotham Central for twice. Gotham Central is one of those books that it makes so much sense, and you kind of wonder why didn't somebody think of this before?
Yeah.
Because you're like, what happens? Like, I guess Gotham the TV series kind of does, but not as good.
I get what you mean.
Right away. So like the first issue of Gotham Central, without giving stuff away, Preacher's great. I got them in all trade paperbacks, but that's upstairs, or I'd get those too. But Preacher's got some absolutes. But like basically they knock on the door, like because they get a tip. These 2 cops knock on the door. They get a tip. Get a tip off like this drug place. So they're going there. They go to the wrong door. They literally go. It's one door from where they're supposed to go, and they open up the door, and it's Mr. Freeze. And things do not go well. Like he freezes one of them.
Oh no! I'm gonna buy this tonight.
Like fantastic stuff. Like it's really good. And the fact is, this is when Renee Montoya's character, kind of when they really got to explore her character for the first time. There's a fantastic like storyline between her and Harvey Dent, Two-Face. So for those that don't read Batman, the last 20 years, I guess, we never saw a movie. Everybody has. Why did I say it like that? Yeah, but no, it's really, 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 really good. I did not see the upscale Blu-ray trailer. I'll check it out, Trackpedia, because I'm a huge Doctor Who fan.
Nice.
I do have the on Blu-ray. I got the Doctor Who 1 to 7 Blu-ray set that came out with the what you call it?
Yeah, I had that. I had that.
That's a cool little one.
With the comic and the remote control.
Yeah, the remote control sonic screwdriver.
Yeah, I had that. My season 3 from that set got stolen when we got burgled.
Oh, that's horrible. Season 3 is good. That's Martha. They looked at Martha like Martha's pretty hot.
Yeah, Martha. Yeah.
And the Master.
Yeah, I really liked. I liked that series. I loved that set. But I just was watching it, at like a pace, and it just got stolen. And that was before you could buy them separately. Now you can buy them separately, can't you? But back then you couldn't.
Yeah, back then it was a big deal, right? That's all you had to say.
Yeah.
But yeah. So did you ever get the series back again, or?
Yeah, I got them here now. Different. Not the box set, just them separately. I got them doing Black Friday sale for like 10 quid each.
Oh, that's nice. It's really nice.
My wife watched them all this year, so.
Shooty God was in Barbie. Which
Was
is like, yeah, he's one of the Kens.
Oh, nice. It's quite big.
Well, that's the thing. Ryan Gosling's a massive Doctor Who fan, and so apparently, Shoulda Got One was on set, and Ryan Gosling runs up to him, and he's like, "You're Doctor Who." He said, "Why didn't you tell me that you got Doctor Who?" I'm like, "I love Doctor Who." So Ryan Gosling kind of geeked out over Shoulda Got One.
That's quite cool.
That's cool. It's very cool, especially the guy from Driver. Unluckily, Ryan Gosling didn't have that reaction, like "You're Doctor Who," and then he put on his gloves, type of thing. If you've seen Drive, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But no, he was very, very stoked about it. Neil Gaiman actually wrote a couple Doctor Who episodes too. Speaking of,
oh, nice.
Neil Gaiman. But I guess there we go. At 2 hours and 26 minutes, we've done it again. We've shot and overshot and shot some more. We've talked about everything. We've talked about. We came in to and looked at the culture shock stuff. Very surprised. For those that came in late, great face. The guys that like distribute like TerraVision is going to be distributing Culture Shock. We got like 5 announcements. We got Night of the Bastard, which is up for pre-order right now. Go to the TerraVision website, you'll find it there, or go to Great Face, you'll find it there as well. Coming up is going to be Lone Wolf from 1988, it's a werewolf film. We also have coming up as well the Refrigerator, and we have the Assault of the Party Nerds 1 and 2, and that's going to be the second of the late night classics. So a lot of cool. If you like straight to video, kind of like cheesy stuff with hot girls and like cool little werewolf like costumes and stuff like that, then you're gonna love this thing.
Brilliant releases for sure. They're ones to look forward to.
I'm actually excited
when they come out. When they come out, we'll talk about them as well, because I'm sure I would have watched them.
And I'll have to wait to get them. That's the problem. But you'll have them before me. That's the. You got the inside track because you're already getting TerraVision stuff.
Yeah, I can dance with them like this on the streams, like
knock me
like this,
and I'll be like, "That's it. One of these days, I'll find your house." When they say you see a white van come up, it's like, "Oh, it's the chip truck." Actually, I like the Lone Wolf, but it's very 80s. It's definitely very 80s, but it's definitely like kind of like a straight to DVD thing. Like, but Lone Wolf is not the Howling, type of thing. But I dig that type of stuff. But I dig like zombie. That's the thing. Everybody's gonna have different opinions on films. But for me, if you're going straight to DVD and it's not like shot on video for $10, and even those sometimes I love. It depends. But this is just 80s, 90s. I'm sorry, you're hitting the spot for me of the kind of nostalgia porn.
They're the best years anyway.
Yeah, for me, it's like, well, it's all nostalgia porn that I get. I'm like, my glasses may be a little rose-colored with some of that stuff, but that's just my jam.
The best years of film, in my view, are the 80s and 90s and the 30s and 40s.
I do like the late 70s, like when they were kind of doing this.
Yeah, it always seems a bit sloppy, the 70s, late 70s, for some reason. Probably because the
Just
grain.
delivered your vinegar cinder package. Malcolm, you're asking if you do have a channel. Yes, Malcolm does have a channel.
I do.
He's got a lot of old reviews on and stuff like that too. He actually reviewed Bleed, at which I'm very excited.
My channel is May, MAY, then the number 2, as in, the numeric number 2, not TO2, as in the number. And then it's December, as in DECEMBER, I think.
I knew forgotten 80s and 90s that I've never seen this happen to me. That's one place where me and Warlock do end up like agreeing most of the time. And with that being said, I am Aaron, I think, right? I am?
Yep, you're Aaron, a.k.a. Sherlock Holmes, and I am Malcolm, a.k.a. Watson.
Sherlock Holmes. And we will see you next time right here in Cult Cinema.
Take care, guys.